Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
I dog it, Lum. I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, Jot'em Down Store. This is Lum and Abner.
Let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, another day has arrived, and Lum is still doggedly trying to solve the mysteries of the latest questionnaire that has been received by the old fellows. This one, which is currently absorbing all of Lum's attention and talent, is from the State Vehicular Transportation Director, and is apparently trying to discover how much trucking business is carried on in and out of Pine Ridge. As we look in on the little community today, we find Lum and Abner poring over the complicated question blank. Listen.
State percentage of stocks received and shipped by truck, train, or
Lum,
bus.
let's give up on this questionnaire. We never will figure this thing out.
No, we're going to get it.
Been sitting here all day.
Well, everybody else is doing the same thing all over the country.
I don't care. I don't like them.
Never leave an unfinished task undone. That's an old lettered saying of mine.
Yeah, but Lum...
What's worth doing well at all is worth doing well at all. I've always said that.
Well, it just seems like all we do lately is fill out blanks of one kind or another. Don't even get our work done around here no more.
Don't worry, we'll get everything done.
I doubt it.
If we get too far behind on the questionnaires, we can sell the store and take up this questionnaire work as a study thing.
Looks like we're going to have to.
The fact is, I was sort of thinking about that anyways.
Well, before you take up this study, Lum, you ought to find out what some of them words in there mean.
I've already did that. I looked up a whole batch of the words in the dictionary.
You did?
Even found out what a fiduciary is.
Did you sure enough? What is it, Lum?
It's, wait a minute, I gotta jot it down here.
Yeah, I want to know.
It's one who holds a fiduciary relation or acts in a fiduciary capacity.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Nothing to it.
Well, now, what does that mean?
I don't know.
Huh?
I gotta find some place to look that up in now.
Yeah.
I don't think that's important, so no way. These other questions here's way yonder more important. For instance, how does your gross business...
Wait a minute, Lum. I believe that's our thing. I'll see who it is.
Yeah, hurry up, though. I want you to help me with a couple of these.
All right, well. Hello, Jot'em Down Store and Library. Abner Peabody doing the talking. Oh, howdy, Miss C. Strong.
What percentage of your gross stock?
No, I don't believe we got none of them left now. Mom?
Where do they get them big words?
No, we're out of them, too. Well, we've just been so busy filling out questionnaires here lately, we ain't had time to tend the business. Ain't ordered nothing from the wholesale house or nothing else.
Physical year.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Tried Dick Huddleston. Yes, Mom. All right, goodbye. Mom? Oh, goodbye.
Here's one you can help me with, Abner. What is the valuation of your capital assets? Here, take this pencil and write down the figures I give you.
Oh, sure. What does that question mean, Mom?
It means how much is everything we got worth?
Well, that won't take long. Give me that questionnaire. I can write that down in 2 seconds.
No, just write it on a piece of scratch paper first.
Oh.
Then we'll add everything up and just put the total amount on the questionnaire.
Yeah, go ahead. What's the first figure now?
First is cash on hand.
Cash on hand?
$26.19. Counted that up already.
Oh, cash on hand. $26.19.
That's right. Next, building and fixtures. How much is this building and the fixtures in it worth, reckon?
Oh, I don't know. Ain't worth much, I know that. Didn't we get this thing for nothing?
No, we had to pay what taxes was due on it.
Oh, that's right. About $9 a believe worth.
Wasn't much, though.
No.
Just put down about, wait a minute, though. We made some improvements in the building.
Why, sure. We put some new shingles on the roof up there where it used to lead.
Yeah, made it modern.
Fixed 2 broke windows and built some new steps out there in front after the widow Abernathy broke through the old one.
Oh,
I believe she was even fatter than she is now.
Yeah, well, her man was still living then. She never had to do no work at all. Just sat around and ate candy and stuff.
Yeah, ice cream, soda. She
Just
loved
stuffed
it.
herself.
Yeah, that's pretty stuff.
Well, say we put that partition in back there, too, didn't we?
Partition?
Yeah, the one for the feed room.
Why, sure, that's right. Yeah, build it ourselves. Don't you recollect? We borrowed Eugene Blevin's carpenter tools and done the work ourselves.
Yeah, that's right. Gene was laid up with a broke leg or something, so he couldn't do the work himself.
Yeah, I believe he was. Him and Bessie was living in that little old room up over the drugstore. Hadn't been married for more than a few months then, I don't believe. Recollect, we paid the doctor bills and give him some groceries for 2 months for the loan of them tools, Lum.
Janie, I'd forgot about
We
that.
sure done it.
How long ago was it? 20 years or more.
Oh, more than 20, I know, yeah.
Come to think about it, I believe we've still got his hammer around the store here.
Hammer?
Yeah. Ought to take that back to him someday.
Yeah, we ought to. Borrowed it from him, ought to return it. Old Gene had pretty hard going in them days, didn't he? Just looked like everything was a guinea.
Yeah. Of course, me and you wasn't doing too good ourselves.
No.
You recollect how much money we had twixt us when we started up the Jot'em down store?
Huh?
$25.
25?
That's right.
Was that all?
That was our total cash capital.
For the land says $25.
I recollect we didn't know whether we ought to invest that money in the store or not.
No.
Studied over that for 4 or 5 days.
Well, I know I kept wanting to back out, but you finally talked me into it.
Lucky thing for both of us that I did, too.
Oh,
we never would have got where we are today if I hadn't.
Never. No.
Ain't many fellers can start out with just $25 and wind up with, let's see, whatever we got here.
$26.19.
James, I thought we'd made more of a success out of ourselves than that.
Yeah. Well, leastways we ain't lost no ground, Lum.
No.
How much ought I to put down for the building and fixtures now?
Oh, I don't know. That partition alone ought to be worth something as long as we did the work on it ourselves.
Yeah. And in a way, it sort of kept Gene and Bessie from starving to death, too, I reckon.
Yeah, well, taking that into consideration, I'd say the building and fixtures were worth
wait a minute, Lum. Now, I believe you ought to deduct something for that place where we burned the floor over there by the stove. We never did fix that, and that sort of hurts the building a little, I guess.
No, me never. How come that got burned that way, anyway?
Near as I can recollect, there's some boy around here that fell off a hay rack and run some long slivers in his hand. We couldn't get hold of Doc Miller, and you was going to get the slivers out yourself.
Oh, yeah. I told you to sterilize the needle for me by burning it. You got excited and might not burn the place down.
Well, I never knowed how much to burn it. I weren't no doctor. I never knowed what you wanted.
Hi, Granny, you know who that boy was, Abner?
Huh?
That was Ned Lubbock.
Oh, that's right.
That's who it was.
That's who it was. He'd just taken over on this poor farm. And now he's actually leaving Pine Ridge, I hear.
Yeah, he sold a farm and everything. He went over board a big for it.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Well, I've heard several of the farmers around here say they're going to do the same thing, too.
Yeah, there's a lot of talk.
All claim they can't make a living around here no more.
Yeah, sure we'll miss old Ned around here. He's sort of a pillar here in the community, you know.
Yeah. Sort of glad we never did get the floor fixed now. It'll remind us of him once in a while.
Yeah.
Awful nice, friendly feller, that Ned.
Oh, he sure is, yes, sir. He's good. Well, how much you want me to write down here for the building and fixtures, Lum?
Well, let's see. Considering everything, I'd say about,
just what do you mean now by that fixture business? That's a new one.
That means the lights and different stuff that we've put in.
Oh.
Things you've nailed on the walls and all such as that.
Shells and such as that. Oh, well, I don't reckon now that amount to much. Not none of that trash we got around the store here is a whole lot of good.
No. Fact is, we ought to get shut of a lot of that stuff.
We ought to do it, Lum. We ought to do it.
Make the place look nicer.
Yeah, we ought to do it. Now, for instance, that old motto hanging on the wall back there. That thing's so faded you can't hardly read it no more.
Well, don't you recollect?
Huh?
Grandma Masters crocheted that for us a long time ago.
Grandma Master?
And that to repay us for something. I can't even think now what it was. Some little thing.
Yes, sir, that's right, she did. I know. Her and Grandpa was about to lose that little hand printing shop they used to run, and me and you bought up about 10,000 handbills.
Oh, yeah, I had the feed room plumb full of them things.
What do we ever do with them, anyway?
Well, what do you think the rooms over at my place are papered with?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I recollect helping you do the papering, sure.
No, sir, that motto's going to stay up on the wall as long as we're running this store, Abner. It'd break Grandma's heart if we ever taken that down.
Yeah, well, I ain't insisting that we take it down. Leave it up. I don't care.
And Granny's Abner, you know, when you look around the room, every little thing in here seems to mean something, don't it?
Yeah, I think it does. But now, Lum, don't you think we ought to take down that old calendar back there in the corner? I know that thing ain't...
Oh, no, you ain't taking that down.
Well, it's a way out of date by now.
I don't care. Evelina put that up with her own hands. That's staying right there.
Evelina? Did she put that up?
Yes, sir, she sure done.
Oh, I do know.
Granny's there was a pretty woman, Abner.
No, uncommonly pretty.
Beautiful girl.
Yes, she was, Rosie George.
I ought to married her, you know it. Instead of letting her marry that Spud Gandil.
Well, I tried to get you to, but you always wanted to do everything your own way. Wouldn't listen to nobody.
Yeah, reckon I ought to listen to you then.
Yes, sir.
Well, for goodness sake, there's something up there I ain't noticed for a long time.
Huh?
That rope up there with the padlock on it.
Oh, yeah, that's the rope we use to divide the store up with every time we get mad at one another, wasn't it?
Recollect the big ceremony we had when we put that padlock on the rope and taking an oath we'd never have another argument or get mad as long as we lived?
I still got a scar from that ceremony.
Scar?
Don't you recollect that fight we had over who's going to have to climb up and put the rope up there? Yeah, we scuffled around here for a long time.
Clean scratcher on the floor, I know.
Sure did. Oh, well, yeah, we ain't getting nowhere here. Got to get this questionnaire filled out.
Oh, yeah? I forgot about that.
Now, what do you want to write down here now for how much the building fixtures is worth on?
Well, just write this down, Abner. Just put down there, no valuation.
No valuation?
Yeah. There ain't no amount of money in the whole world that could buy this building or anything that's in it.
Oh?
Put the questionnaire away for today, Abner. Just want to sit here and think for a while.
Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
I dog it, Lum. I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, Jot'em Down Store. This is Lum and Abner.
Let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, rumors that several of Pine Ridge's citizens are planning to move to other communities continue to drift into the Jot'em Down Store. But these reports receive little of the old fellow's attention because they're still absorbed in the intricate business of filling out the questionnaire from the State Vehicular Transportation Office. As we look in on the little community today, we find Abner in the Jot'em Down Store and Library. Lum is just entering.
Well, morning, Lum.
Yeah, morning, Abner.
Doggies, I begun to think you weren't coming down the store at all today.
Yeah, I reckon I am sort of late. I overslept this morning because I never got to bed till might nigh 12 o'clock last night.
12 o'clock? Was you sick?
I was working on this questionnaire.
Oh.
Finally got it finished, too.
Well, good for you. I was afraid we was going to have to close the store up for a few days to get that thing filled out.
Yeah, spirit of that myself. Let me sit down here. Granny's wore to a frazzle. Wore to a frazzle.
Well, did you get all that right answer, you think, Lum?
Well, I don't know. To be honest, I don't think I have.
Uh-huh.
But don't want to keep that state director of transportation waiting no longer.
No.
He's liable to get to thinking we ain't very smart.
Yeah,
Can't fill one of these things out.
We wouldn't want him to think that. Special not since we joined the Golden Era Discussion Club.
No.
We're high-class cultured fellers now, I know.
Oh, yeah. Most of the questions I just wrote down no.
No?
Yeah.
Well, was that the right answer for most of the questions?
Well, I ain't for sure, but I figured we'd be on the safe side that way.
Yeah.
You never get in no trouble if you just say no. I found that out.
Yeah.
Special lending money and stuff.
Oh, I'll prove that. Yes, sir. That's the best answer you can give. Well, I believe you done the right thing, Lum. I sure do.
Well, I tried working out some of them questions on what percentage of something is so-and-so, you know.
Uh-huh.
Even tried to work them out like arithmetic problems, you know, with apples.
Oh, sure. Well, didn't that work out right?
Well, yeah, I reckon so. But it looks sort of silly writing down 19 apples and 40 apples. I don't know. It just don't look businesslike.
No, unless she's in the apple business, wouldn't it? Right?
The
No.
final I just wound up writing down no.
Well, that's closer than I could have come to the right answer, I reckon. I'm proud you done it that way and got it finished, Lum. I sure am.
Wonderful world.
Oh, well, howdy, Cedric. Come on in.
Cedric, you're the only one who keeps saying wonderful world around here.
Yes, Mom, I never will forget that.
Oh, I don't believe you will either, Cedric.
I can't stay. I just on my way down to Luke Spears' restaurant to play the pinball machine.
Oh, playing that thing again, huh?
Yes, Mom. I believe I figured out a way to tip the machine without making it say tilt every time.
Well, ain't that cheating, no, Cedric?
Mom.
Play the game fair, Cedric. Always play the game fair, even though you may lose.
Yes, Mom. I'll try doing that if my idea don't work out. Well, goodbye. I'll see you
Yeah.
fellas later.
It's all on.
Wait a minute, Cedric. I want you to take this envelope over to the post office for me. Abner, see if we got any stamps in the cash drawer.
Yeah, sure. You want a 2-center or a 3-center?
3-center.
Yeah.
Better put on 2 of them, I reckon. This questionnaire is pretty heavy.
I'll give him.
Say, Mr. Lum, did you hear that Mr. Pomeroy is fixing to move away?
Pomeroy? Earl Pomeroy?
Yes, Mom. Papa heard it just this morning. Fixing to move to Big Fork.
Big Fork?
Oh, here's the stamps right here. You know where to put them on the envelope, don't you, Cedric?
Yes, Mom, I think I do.
Now, be sure and mail that now, Cedric. It's important.
Yes, Mom, I'll mail it right now. I'm going right by Mr. Dick Huddleston's store. Well, I'll see you fellas later. So long.
Yeah, so long, Cedric. Told me that boy ought to be home sleeping instead of playing that machine if he's going to work nights in that defense playing.
Did you hear what he said about Earl Pomeroy?
Oh,
He's aiming on moving to Big Fork.
for the land's sakes. Is everybody leaving Pine Ridge?
Yeah, it looks like it. Seemed like now all the young fellers went in the Army, and the older fellers all going to work in defense plans, and now the farmers is out of town.
Well, now, what's Earl moving away for? Does he claim he can't make a living here no more like that Ned Lubbock and them other farmers that ain't aiming on leaving?
I don't know. I ain't talked to him myself, but I reckon that's his reason. They all claim they can't get no help, or else they can't afford to pay the high wages the hard hands is asking nowadays.
Well, now, of course, Earl don't hire much help, Lum. He ain't got a very big place out there. You know that yourself.
That's right, he ain't.
I could farm that left-handed. Tried my best.
He does most of the work himself, and the trucking outfit takes all his butter and eggs to the county seat.
Why, sure they do.
Yeah, as long as Pine Ridge is right on the truck route, he ought to be able to get along all right.
Looks to me like he ought to, yes.
The woman's big and stout. She can help in the field.
Oh, she's as good a field hand as I ever seen, I do believe.
Strong as a white oak stump.
Yes, she is. Now, she is. She is.
And he won't be on the truck route no more if he moves over to Big Fork. It's beyond me what he wants to live over there for.
Well, maybe he's taking up some new line of work. He can't tell. Or maybe they've struck oil or gold over there, aluminums or something like that.
No, nothing like that's happened. We'd have heard about it long before now.
Well, now, they might have done it. They might have.
No, grannies, I hate to see folks move away, Abner. Pine Ridge is getting to look like a deserted village. Walk down the street on Saturday night nowadays, and you don't hardly see a soul.
Now, was that our ring, huh?
I don't know. I paid no attention. Might have been better answered.
Yeah, I see. Hello, Jot'em, down the store, Abner. Peabody on this end. Huh?
Granny,
Oh, what is it, Pearl?
it's talk.
Why, sure you can use it. Well, I reckon it's upstairs in the attic. All right, honey. Goodbye. Little Pearl wants to borrow my hand satchel.
Ham satchel?
Yeah.
Is she leaving already for that nursery school?
Why, sure, didn't I tell you? She got a hearing from him yesterday afternoon, Lum. They accepted her application, and she's leaving the first of next week. Just tickled to death about
Well,
it.
good for her.
One of the Barton girls is going at the same time. She got accepted, too, she said.
Which one, Sybil?
Oh, no, Helen. Sybil's too young yet. And besides, she's too rattle-brained to become a nurse or anything else, I think.
Well, it's nice that two of them's going together that way.
Yeah.
As long as they're going to a strange place and all. I thought Mary Wood was going.
Well, I think she is. I heard some talk of it. I was talking to her pa yesterday. She ain't got a hearing yet, but she put in an application.
More than likely this is the first time Sybil or Velma or Helen, either one's ever been out of town.
Oh, yes, it is. They ain't never went no place. And I know Pearl never has been nowhere. So you just ought to hear the telephone conversation twixt them two girls, too, Lord.
Yeah.
Went on all last evening. Are you taking your gingham skirt along, Helen? How about your blue taffeta? You gonna pack that, Helen? Reckon we ought to take our ukuleles along.
For goodness
sake. And when she weren't on the phone talking to Helen, she's arguing with her mama about long underwear.
Long underwear?
Yeah, Elizabeth thinks you ought to take long underwear, and Pearl claims that girls in this city don't wear sixties.
Oh, dear goodness. Where'd she ever get a silly idea like
I
that?
don't know if she got it somewhere. I think Helen must have told her.
Well, if she does wear long underwear, she ought to learn to fix it in her stockings better. Sometimes she gets it wadded in there. It looks like her legs broke.
Yeah, she is awful bad about that, but her mama insists that she takes it with her. I know that. You know, that Pearl, she wants to be the lady style.
Oh, yeah.
Wants to fix her hair some different way, and Elizabeth don't want her to do that. Pearl said she'd be embarrassed to death to go to the city with her hair braided the way she always has it.
Well, what'd you want to change that for her? I've always thought Pearl's hair looked right pretty.
Well, that's just what I told her, but it don't make no difference to her. She's bound she's going to change it. You'd think that them two girls is going to a party instead of a nursery school.
Well, I don't know, Abner. Maybe you ought to let her do like she wants to. After all, she ain't a young'un no more. That's one trouble with parents nowadays. They never realize when their young'uns get growed up.
No, but now little Pearl's different, Mom. Now she still needs me and her ma to look after her.
Oh, well, that's exactly what every mom and papa thinks. Might just as well make up your mind that she's a young lady now. Granny, she's part of the national war effort now. Being a nurse is awfully important these days.
Oh, I know it is. I just sort of hate to see her leave home, though.
Well, I'd hate to see her leave, too. Especially now that everybody else is leaving town, pulling out. Pine Ridge is getting to look like a ghost town.
A ghost town?
Yeah.
Whereabouts you hear that, Long?
Whereabouts I hear what?
About the ghost being in town. Is the whole town haunted?
Haunted?
Doggies, I don't blame them fellas for moving out. Whereabouts they see the ghost, Long?
Wait a minute. They never seen no ghost.
Well, how'd they know there's one in town here haunting everything? And doggies, now, Long, maybe we ought to move, too, you know it?
Listen, I wouldn't move from here even if the place was haunted.
I would. I hate being haunted. If there's any one thing in this world I hate and despise, it's being haunted.
Well, don't worry. You ain't gonna be.
Did Earl say what the ghost looked like?
Well, could Earl see what it looked like? He never even seen it.
Oh, too scared to look, huh? Doggies, I don't blame you. Reckon the ghost will head over this way next, Long?
For goodness
Reckon we ought to lock the door and pile stuff up in front of it, Long?
Of course not. Now, stop acting so silly.
Well, I don't want to see no ghosts coming around here, Long. I don't even want to talk to none of them. I don't want to have a thing to do with it.
You have to, so just calm yourself and stop worrying about something that ain't going to happen.
Yeah, wait a minute. That's all right. That must be one of the ghosts right now, Long.
Of course it ain't. Ghosts can't talk on the telephone.
I don't
Pull
know.
yourself together and answer the phone.
Oh, no, not me. I ain't going to get near that thing. No, sir.
All right, I'll do it myself.
Well, I answered. I wouldn't have nothing to do with it.
Hello, Jot'em down store and library. Lum and Abner talking.
You better stand back away from that phone too long.
Oh, what is it, Dig? No, I already filled it out and it's in the mail now. It is. Granny's, I oughtn't to wrote no down on all them questions then. They might do what? Oh, for the land's sake.
That damn ghost is threatening them.
Aye, Granny's, Dick, we better study up something to do about this.
Oh, I know they's going to come over here.
Yeah, well, I'll drop over and see you after a while. Yeah, all right, Dick. Much obliged. Goodbye. Now, there's your ghost, Abner. That questionnaire.
Did they get that up? No wonder we couldn't answer the question.
No, I don't mean that. The questionnaire was trying to find out if we still had enough business in Pine Ridge to make the truck route worthwhile.
The truck route?
Yeah, and if they decide we ain't got enough business here, they're going to run the route through Big Fork instead of over here.
Big Fork?
Yeah, Granny's, Abner, we better do something even if we do it wrong. We better get busy and do something or we ain't going to have no Pine Ridge. Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
I dog is Lum. I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, Jot'em Down Store. This is Lum and Abner.
Let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, the future of Pine Ridge looks far from bright. That is, if there's any basis for the current rumor that its one truck route may be taken away and rerouted through Big Fork. This sheds considerable light on the recent departures from Pine Ridge of several of its farming citizens. As we look in on the little community today, we find Lum in the Jot'em Down Store and library. He's talking on the telephone.
Yeah, but listen, Earl, I think you ought to think this over a little longer. Yeah, but if all you fellas start moving over to Big Fork, we'll never have a chance in the world of keeping the truck route going through Pine Ridge. Well, Earl, I believe we ought to do everything we can to keep the truck route.
Never seen you on the phone.
And then if we don't succeed, there'll be plenty of time to move to Big Fork.
Talk to him on the phone all day.
Oh, I think you'd still be able to get the place over there.
Working some more.
Well, I wish you'd think it over anyway, Earl. Yeah. All right, Earl. Goodbye. Morning, Abner.
Yeah, morning. Was that Earl Pomeroy?
Yeah. He's bound and determined to move, looks like.
Yeah, I hear that Alf Potter's thinking about moving away, too, Lum.
Alf Potter?
That's what I hear.
And how many does that make now?
I don't know. 4 or 5, anyway, that I've heard of.
That's a funny thing about folks. They hear some little rumor, and right away they start getting jittery and do things without hardly thinking what they're doing.
Huh.
You know good and well there ain't a one of them fellers that actually wants to leave Pine Ridge.
Well, Lum, they want to get over there and get located where they'll be on a new truck route. Them farmers depend something awful on them trucks to take stuff in the market from.
I know they do, but it ain't actual fact that the truck route's going to be changed yet.
It ain't.
Of course not. It's just a rumor. Folks ought to find out the facts of something before they go off on a wild goose chase.
Yes, sir, that's just about what it is. You ought to be careful about picking up them rumors, Lum. You ought to find out the facts of something before you believe things like that and then repeat them.
I should have.
Yes, sir, you ought to watch that, Lum.
Well, much obliged for the advice.
Oh, not at all, not at all. Proud to help you out.
Awful thoughty of you.
Oh, don't mention it now. Just forget about it. That's all right.
Be glad to forget about it.
Well,
Now, if we're all through with that, I'll go back and tell you how I know they actual ain't decided to change the truck route yet. Dick Huddleston said before they can do that, they have to make a big survey and find out exactly how much trucking business Pine Ridge does and all such as that. That's going to take them some time to figure all that out.
Yeah, but that questionnaire we sent back to them, won't they find out from that we ain't doing much business? You wrote down no on every one of them questions, didn't you?
I know it. I oughtn't have did that neither.
Hadn't, huh?
No, I already got Dick Huddleston to help me figure it out instead of trying to do it myself.
I believe that'd been a good idea.
But I reckon it's too late to worry about that now. What we got to do is rectify that mistake.
Yeah, we do what to it?
Rectify it. Means make up for it. Do something to make it turn out right. I figure that's up to me and you to save Pine Ridge.
Lordy, I don't know how we're going to do that, Lum, the way they're moving out.
I don't know yet myself. We've got to study up something that'll make the business around here increase upwards. Get the phone, Abner. It might have been our ring.
It might have been. I never paid no attention.
Might have to start some new business ourselves.
Hello, Jot'em Down Store and Library. Abner Peabody doing the talking.
I don't know what it'd be, though.
For the land sakes, Elizabeth, are you crying again?
No, the grocery business, backwards and forwards.
Why, no, Pearl's got her hand satchel all packed and everything now, Elizabeth. We can't make her stay home. Well, now, Elizabeth, stop crying. The mail hack's going to be there any minute now to pick Pearl up, so just calm yourself down. Elizabeth, we've been all through this once today. No, there ain't no use arguing now. Everything's all set. Yeah, I will. All right, honey.
She upset on account of little Pearl leaving today?
Yeah, she just cried all over the place this morning before I left. Thought I never would get her calmed down.
Well, don't you want Pearl to go to that nursery school?
I reckon not. She was all right till this morning. Then she got to thinking that little Pearl was actually going to leave today, and she just busted right out crying something terrible. I don't know what makes women folks do that.
They puddle up at the least little thing.
Fine, they got little Pearl to crying, too. Sound like a bunch of calves in that house this morning.
Oh, women folks will do it every time. Just betwixt me and you, I believe they must enjoy that. I've saw them crying at weddings and stuff like that.
Yeah, they must. Amount of time they spend doing it. I know I don't get no enjoyment out of it, though.
Well, men folks is made out of different stuff than women folks is. Men are way on or more sensible.
Oh, yeah, there ain't no doubts about that. We got a heap more sense here.
Fact is, there's just one thing that men don't understand very good, and that's women.
No.
That's the main reason I never got married, I think.
Well, when all that bawling gets started around the place, I get to wishing I'd had sense enough to stay single or backshooter like you, Lum.
I wouldn't say that.
I do.
Sound nice.
Well, it might not.
Is Pearl riding as far as the county seat on the mail hat?
Yeah. Old John's picking both her and Velma up at home. Then he's going to stop by the store a second so I can say goodbye to him, you know.
That's nice. And they're taking the train from the county seat, huh?
Yeah. And now there's another thing Elizabeth got to worrying about. That train ride of all things.
Worrying about it?
Why, she just might die short. Little Pearl's going to fall off in the train.
Fall off with a train?
Why, sure. Dear little Pearl leaned too far out the window or something. It's silliness.
For goodness sake, silliest one thing I ever heard of.
Why, of course it is. But that Elizabeth can study up more things to worry herself about than any one human I ever knowed.
Well, you find a generality of women's like that, Abner. Men are different. I've always said that.
Well, I'm just proud I'm a feller, I know that. Never catch me going around blubbering over little old things like that.
No, we'd never get nothing done if we done that.
My, of course.
For instance, what would happen to Pine Ridge now if we just sat down here and started crying instead of trying to figure out some way to save it?
No, me, I don't know what would become of it. Nothing, I reckon.
Abner, can you think of any new business we might start up?
New business?
Yeah, something that would need a lot of truck hauling of one sort and another.
Oh, let's see, new business.
Something where we'd need to hire a lot of hands.
Yeah.
That might encourage fellers from other communities to move here. That'd give us a bigger population, and everybody's business here would pick up.
Sounds like a good idea. When do we start it?
Well, wait, we ain't thought up no new business yet.
Oh, that's right, yeah. Ought to have that first, I reckon, yeah.
Be good if we could think of something that the government needs.
Government?
Yeah, maybe we'd get some backing from them.
Oh, let's see. How about setting up a little shop to make postage stamps, Lum? The government needs a lot of them to sell to the post offices, don't they?
But that's illegal, I think.
Oh. How about a place to write up them questionnaires? They use a heap of them. I know that. We get them all the time.
No, that ain't the sort of business I had in mind. Answer the phone there.
Oh, yeah.
We need something that has to haul a lot of...
Hello, Jot'em down. Huh? Now, Elizabeth, stop that crying. Well, I can't understand nothing you're saying, blubbering that away. What? I can't get a single word. I guess she's gonna flood the place if she ain't careful. Huh?
Yes, take that hard.
Oh, howdy, Miss Barton. Elizabeth was trying to tell me... What? Oh, well, the girls ought to be here any second then. You want me to tell Velma what? What? Can't understand you? Oh, for the land's sake. Now Miss Barton's blubbering, too.
Swung too good. She's
Hang up the
carrying
phone
on.
on. Ought to be a law against women folks, I believe, Lum. They make me sick and tired acting that way.
Well, that's just the nature of them. They're tender-hearted, you know.
Mm-hmm.
All you can do is just overlook it. More to be pitied than censored. I've always said that.
Yeah, well, she said they done left her. I reckon I better get on out and roll. Or else old John won't stop the mail hack. Once he gets to going, he hates to stop that thing.
Yeah, well, just a minute, Abner. I'll go with you. I'd like to say goodbye to the girls, too.
Yeah, come along, Lum. They want to see you.
Wait a minute. Well, I believe I'll fix up a couple of bags of candy for them to take along.
Well, now, hurry up now. Miss Barton said the mail hack's been there and left already, you know, and old John won't stop here but a half a second. You know him.
You reckon they'd like gumdrops or peanut clusters? Or I guess I just mix them up.
All right, doggies, there they come, Lum. Come on, hurry up.
Well, go on out and stop them. I'll be right out.
Yeah, all right, hurry, though.
Dad, blame that phone. It would ring right now. Hello, Jot'em down store and library. Lum Edward's talking. Mom? Oh, what is it, Miss Barton? The girls forgot what? Well, try and talk a little plainer, Miss Barton. Well, just stop crying for a second. Yeah, it's better. Now, what was the girls forgot? Oh, their overshoes. Well, just a minute. I'll go out and tell them. Wait a minute. The mail hack's pulling out already. Well, don't worry, Miss Barton. You can put them in a box and mail them to the girls. Of course you can. All right, Miss Barton. Goodbye. And old John was sure in a hurry. Thinks he has to get that mail hacked to the county seat at a certain time, or the whole post office system will fall to pieces. Well, did you say goodbye to him all right, Abner?
Yeah.
I hope you said goodbye for me, too.
Uh-huh.
Sorry I didn't get to give him the candy.
Yeah, let's see now. He's trying to study up a new business to save Pine Ridge, aren't we? Let's see.
Yeah.
New business. How about if we was to take up,
Abner? Go ahead and cry, Abner. I don't care. Taxes, I feel sort of like it myself.
Doggies, love. You don't reckon little Pearl Asher will fall off that train, do you?
Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
All right, doggies, Lum, I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, Jot'em down store. This is Lum and Abner.
And now, let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, Abner has managed to pull himself together since Little Fellows' departure for the nurses' school yesterday. And Lum is still trying to find a plan to save Pine Ridge from disintegration. However, the thing of the moment is the regular weekly meeting of the Golden Era Discussion Club, which is convening at Ulysses S. Quincy's home this evening, his excuses notwithstanding. As we look in on the little community today, we find Lum and Abner approaching the Quincy house. Listen.
Granny, kind of airish out tonight, ain't it?
Yeah, it is. Sort of nippy. It sure is.
Don't forget now, we're going to stay just as long as we can tonight.
Yeah.
Granny, we'll get even with old Ulysses for making all them excuses and getting out of having the meeting at his place for so long.
Yeah, how come he never thought up no excuses for tonight, Lum?
I don't know. He must have run out of them, I reckon.
Yeah.
But we'll make up for everything tonight. When he starts yawning and unlacing his shoes and winding the clock, just don't pay no attention to him. Just sit right there.
No, I won't budge an inch, not a one, no.
Eat all you can do. Don't forget that. He ain't had to furnish refreshments, not at all.
Yeah, well, don't worry. I'll be able to eat plenty. I just ate a little bit of supper tonight, just special for this.
Oh, I never ate nothing except an apple and a piece of cornbread.
Well.
Maybe we'll learn old Ulysses a lesson.
Yeah, we'll learn it. Hi, doggies. The other fellers must be here ready, Lum. Look there, there's 4 pair of overshoes sitting there outside the door.
Yeah. Well, I told them to come early.
You did, huh?
Yeah, told them to come early and stay late, I said.
Never mind out. I think I hear Ulysses coming to the door.
Don't let him know what we're aiming to do.
I won't tell. Well, evening, Ulysses.
Yeah, howdy, Ulysses. Everything all set for the meeting tonight?
Yes, okay. Come on in, man.
Yeah, thank you, Ulysses. Is it all right to put our overcoats right here?
Yes, okay, Lum.
Yeah, howdy, Abner.
Oh, hello, Grandpap.
What, Mr. Lum? We're going to do like you said tonight, Mr. Lum? Hush up, Cedric. How are you tonight, Grandpa Masters? Oh, He's asleep already, ain't he?
Yeah, looks like it. Dogged, I wish I had that chair he's sitting in. I'd like to have a good comfort place to sit long as we're going to be here for quite a while.
Abner, mind out.
Well, what'd you say, Abner?
He never said nothing, Ulysses. Just said you had a nice comfort place here.
Oh, well, it's okay.
Say, Abner, I run into Sam Hibbin today.
Sam Hibbin?
He want me to tell you something.
He did? Well, what was it, Grandpap?
Well, I knowed you'd ask me, and I didn't want to forget it, so I wrote it down for you.
Well, good for you. That's
The trouble is, I can't recollect what I wrote it down on.
Oh, well, more like it weren't nothing very important, no way.
Now, just hold your horses. I'll find it here somewhere.
Yeah, I'd like to see if he got it.
Well, we can't wait for that, Grandpap. There's some extra things I want to take up at the meeting tonight. So if you fellers will simmer down, we'll get started here.
Yeah, sure, I'm ready, Lum.
The 8th meeting of the Pine Ridge Golden Era Discussion Club will now come to order. All them present signify by the usual same sign.
Okay.
Granny, we got to invent a device to keep Grandpa Master's mouth closed during the meetings, you know. Listen at that snoring. Shake him there, Abner.
Hey, Grandpa.
That's better. Feller members, tonight
maybe Ellery can invent something, Lum, to help that.
Ellery?
Yeah, that's my youngest. Just going on 6, but smart as a whip.
Well, that's nice.
I
Feller
want to
members...
hear him recite patty cake. Cutest thing you ever heard.
Yeah, well, I'd love to hear that sometime. Feller members, before we take up the high-class culture subject for tonight, I want to talk about the crisis that's facing Pine Ridge. As you know, our population is starting to increase downward.
Now, would you like to hear Ellery recite, Lum?
Well, not right now, Ulysses.
Well, now, if you want to, just speak up. It's no trouble at all. Carrie, send Ellery out. Lum wants to hear him recite.
Well, now, Ulysses, I don't want to put you to no bother.
Now, that's it, Ellery. Come right on in here now. Don't be bashful.
We really ought to get on with the meeting.
Well, everybody quiet now. Okay, Ellery, go ahead. Say it. Come on, Ellery. Patty cake.
Well, I can say it better than that.
Be quiet, Cedric.
Maybe he's sleepy, Ulysses. Better put him back to bed, I think.
Well, sir, I can't understand it. Never acted this way before. Come on now, Ellery. Patty cake, baker. Go on.
Baker's man. Bake me a cake as fast as you can.
Cedric, be quiet.
I think he needs sleep, Ulysses.
Now, let's see you try him once, Lum. Maybe he'll say it for you.
Me?
Yeah, go ahead. Start him out on it, and then he'll go on by himself. I know he will.
Well, all right, Ellery. Patty cake. Go on, Ellery.
Now, sir, I can't understand it. Maybe it's a new acidity bag his ma put around his neck. Well, I guess I better take him back to his ma.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
It's sort of late for him to be up anyway.
Come on, Ellery. Can't understand it. Usually just as smart as a whip.
Better read the minutes of the last meeting, Abner.
Yeah, sure. As soon as I find him here, got him somewhere, I know.
Ellery ain't very smart, is he? Cedric, that ain't polite to say such things as that.
Oh, excuse
He ain't very smart, though, is he? Cedric, it ain't nice to talk that way. If you ain't got something good to say about somebody, just don't say nothing. Keep it to yourself.
Doggies, he sure looks like his paw, don't he?
Yeah, but I wouldn't say that out loud neither.
Huh?
He might outgrow it.
Oh.
Wouldn't hold it against the baby. Get the minutes read, Abner.
Yeah, sure. Let's see here. You know, to read my own writing. The last meeting of the Golden Era Discussion Club was...
Abner, would Sam Hibbin want to say anything to you about darning cotton?
Darning cotton.
Yeah, I got darning cotton jotted down here.
Oh.
Of course, now, that might have been something Charity wanted me to get for her at the store.
Yeah, might have been. I don't think Sam want to talk to me about that. Club was held at the home
Just a minute. Here comes Ulysses back. We're just reading the minutes, Ulysses.
Oh, okay. I don't know what's wrong with Ellery. Usually just as smart as a whip.
Yeah, well, you take young'uns, they get streaks like that sometimes.
Well, not Ellery, though. Smart as a whip, that boy.
Oh, you said that.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Mr. Secretary.
Yeah. At the home of Bert A. Spears, refreshments of sandwiches and cocoa was
Just
served.
a second, Abner. What'd you say, Ulysses?
I believe I hear Carrie calling. More than likely, Ellery's ready to recite now.
Oh.
Send him in, Carrie.
Well, now, wait a minute, Ulysses. You don't have to do this for me.
No, I don't want you to go home disappointed, Lum.
Well, I'll bear up somehow.
Now, come on. Don't hang back now, son. Come right on in here, Ellery.
Reckon he's learned it any better by now?
Oh, he'll do it for sure this time. Yeah, that's it. Stand right there now. All right, okay, Ellery. Say it good now. Come on now, Ellery. Say it for the nice man. Patty cake.
Sandwich.
I never said nothing.
Poor boy must be cutting a tooth.
At his age?
He never acted like this before. Come on now, Ellery. Recite. Let's see you getting started again, Lum.
Well, I'm feared I ain't much of a hand at this, Ulysses.
No, he'll do it for you, Lum. He's taking a great liking to you.
He has, huh?
Yes, give him the whole poem once, Lum, and then he'll do it by himself. I know he will.
The whole poem, huh?
Might as well do it, Lum. Maybe that'll get it over with.
Oh, well, patty cake. Listen, we better get on with the meeting, I think. Besides, we might be scaring Ellery or something.
Well, okay. Run back to your mo, Ellery. Harry, let us know if Ellery starts saying it. I'm a woman, let us know, man.
That's just dandy.
No, sir, I don't want you to miss out on this.
No, I hate to miss it. Well, go ahead, Abner, and finish up the minutes.
Oh, yeah. Sandwiches and cocoa was served. We discussed the high-class...
Here it is, Abner. Here it is. Here's what Sam Hibben wanted me to tell you.
Oh.
Note I had it wrote down here somewhere.
Well, good for you. What is it?
Hello.
Huh?
He said to be sure and say hello to Abner.
Oh.
I know good and well I'd have forgot that if I hadn't wrote it down.
Well...
Anything important like that, always make a note of it.
Now, wait a minute, man. I see Carrie signal me. Ellery must be ready now. Well, send him right on in.
Just a
Carrie.
second, Ulysses.
Now, you say the whole poem first, Lum, and then he'll repeat it. And clap your hands while you're doing it, Lum. That'll sort of help the boy.
Granny, I just happened to think of some work I've got to do at the store, Ulysses. The meeting is hereby adjourned. Come on, Abner, let's go.
Go? I thought we was going to stay here for a
Them
moment.
plans are changed. Come on, get your overcoat.
Well, we ain't had the refreshments yet, Lum.
Well, I ain't got much of an appetite tonight. Good night, everybody. Good night, Ulysses.
Okay.
Had a nice time. Sorry I can't stay and listen to Ellery.
That's a shame.
Well, good night, fellers. Bogus, Lum. We ought to stay for the refreshment.
Well, we can stop by the store and get some soda crackers and sardines or something. Granny's, I'm glad to get out of there. I was embarrassed to death.
Embarrassed?
Yeah. How does that poem patty cake go anyway? Granny's, Abner, I believe that's our ring.
I Bogus, Lum. I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, Jot'em down store. This is Lum and Abner.
Let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, so far, Lum hasn't been able to hit upon any new business venture which would increase Pine Ridge's trade sufficiently to ensure the town's truck line to the county seat. As more citizens talk of moving to Big Fork, the old fellows dig deeper into the problem to try to find its solution. As we look in on the little community today, we find Abner in the Jot'em Down store and library. Lum's just entered.
Hey, Granny Abner, look what I just found out in the road.
How?
Look at this handbill. Laying right out there in plain sight.
Handbill? What does it say?
Listen, move to Big Fork and live on the new truck route.
For the land sakes. Now, who's putting them things out?
I don't know, but whoever it is, I'd like to get my hands on them. I know that.
What, don't it say at the bottom who printed them up or something?
No, it don't say nothing.
Huh.
I know they wasn't printed here in town, though, because our printing shop ain't got no type like that.
No, I believe you're right. I ain't saw no kind of printing like that before.
Granny Abner, we just got to hurry and study up some new kind of a business for Pine Ridge.
Yeah.
Something that'll take an awful lot of hauling twixt here in the county seat.
Yeah, well, now, Lum, I've been studying on that, and so far, the only idea I figured out is for us to buy the lot right next door to the store here and put in a gravel pit.
Gravel pit?
Yeah.
Well, there ain't no gravel in that lot.
Why, of course not. That's the idea. See, first, we'll have to hire the truck line to haul the gravel out here from the county seat and have them dump it in our pit. We can get Cedric to help us dig that pit out there. Then we'll sell the gravel to folks at the county seat, so the truck line has to haul it back in there. And then we'll buy some more from them to haul out here.
Just stop right where you're at.
Huh?
The only thing, we wouldn't make no money out of the gravel, would we?
Well, I hadn't figured about that. We'll keep that truck line busy, though. We can do that.
Only good we'll do out of it is just have the use of the gravel all that time.
Well, I reckon so.
Well,
We'll keep the trucks running.
Right where you at. Don't tell me no more.
Well, what's the matter? Did I say something that wasn't nice?
No, it's just that I've heard all I want of that idea. In the first place, the truck line don't carry such stuff as that. In the second place, the idea ain't no good in the first place.
Oh, well, I don't know what to suggest then. I worked awful hard on that idea. I studied about it all last night.
It meant to hurt your feelings none, Abner. It's just that your idea's unimpractical. You can see that now, can't you?
Well, I reckon so. Still think it might work, though. Doggy, there comes Grandpap. What in the world's he carrying there? Look there, he's got a big box of some kind under his arm there.
No telling what he might be toting.
Wonder where he picked that up. Wonder if he likes to go in partnerships on a nice gravel pit. I'll just talk to him. That idea's a gooder, I believe.
Well, howdy.
Yeah, howdy, Grandpap. What you got in the box there?
Oh, it's something I just bought myself.
Well,
I'm taking up a new career, Abner.
new career.
Yes, sir, taking it up right today.
Well,
Just look here what it says on the box. Junior Misto Chemistry Set number 2B.
chemistry set.
Yes, sir. Number 2B.
Hmm.
Taking up a brand new career, Abner. What do you think of that?
Well, sounds all right, I reckon, Grandpap. I don't see what kind of a career that box of junk there'll get you into.
I'm going to be a chemist. That's what I'm going to be, a big chemist. I'm taking up the work right today.
Well, exactly what does a chemist do?
Why, what'd you ask me?
I said, what does a chemist do?
That's what I thought you said. Well, let's see, he fools around and... What does a chemist do, Lum?
Oh, I don't know, Grandpap. He learns how to mix up different stuff, I think. Works on laboratories and all such as that. Sort of a scientific.
Oh, that's what they are, huh?
Yeah, some of them finally work up to a job in a drugstore filling prescriptions, I believe.
They do. You mean old Ed Beckley down at the drugstore is a chemist?
Well, sort of one, yeah. He's got a sign hanging up there that claims he's a registered pharmacist, but I think he's really a chemist.
Well, he must be. I know he ain't no pharmacist. He ain't even been near a farm, much less work on one of them.
Of course not. I'll say one thing for him, though. He mixes up awful good prescriptions in that back room there.
Does he mix them things up himself?
Why, sure, of course he does.
Doggies, for years I've been wondering what that Ed always went in that back room for every time he taken our prescriptions in there.
There's some awful interesting directions with this Misto set, Abner.
Yes, sir, I never could figure out what Ed was doing all that time. Keep you standing there waiting. I was suspicion he had somebody back there he's playing checkers with.
No, he was working back there.
He was.
Of course, I will admit it seems like he does take an awful long time to mix some of them things sometimes.
Yeah, he might be reading a love novel part of the time or working a crossword puzzle. That Ed loves to work them puzzles.
Yeah, it might just take him all that time to figure out Doc Miller's handwriting on them prescriptions. Have you ever tried to read one of them things?
Oh, that Doc writes the worst hand of any one human I ever seen in my life. Worse than mine, I believe.
Oh, yeah. It's way yonder worse than yours.
Yeah, believe it is.
Of course, he must practice writing that away.
Practice?
I know it. Nobody could write that bad just natural. He's made a study of it.
Oh, must off. No, they couldn't do that, no.
Just listen to some of these directions, Abner. Tell all what you can do with this set.
They do, huh? Whereabouts you get that thing anyway, Grandpa?
Well, I picked it up over at Earl Pomeroy's place.
Earl Pomeroy?
He's selling out a lot of things now because he's moving over to Big Fork, you know.
Oh, yeah, I know he is.
Got a good bargain on this set, too. Earl let it go for just 90 cents.
90 cents, is that all?
Yep, that's all. Not a red cent more, 90 cents.
Well, didn't the Pomeroy young'uns want to take it over to Big Fork with them?
No, Earl claimed they'd outgrowed it, Abner.
Oh.
But I know what the trouble actually was. They just didn't understand the thing.
They never, huh?
Of course not. That chemistry's awful deep stuff.
Uh-huh.
Awful interesting, too.
Uh-huh.
For instance, it tells here how you can take a plain glass of water and make it change to a blue color.
Well, I can do that. Just put some blue in it.
And then you can make the blue change to orange. What do you think of that, Lum?
Well, sounds interesting, all right, Granddad.
Then you can change it back to blue again if you want to. I ain't made up my mind if I want to do that or not, though. I might just change it to orange and just leave it right there.
Can you sure enough make it change from blue to orange, Grandpa?
Yeah, according to the directions you can. Get a glass of water, Abner, and we'll work out a few experiments.
Yeah, let's do that.
Just spread this stuff right out here on the library table.
Yeah, I'll get the water.
Now, wait just a minute here, you two. I ain't going to have none of this going on in the store. Leastways, not during working hours. Granny, how would that look if some customer come in here and caught you fellers playing with a junior mystical set or whatever it is?
Well, Lum, this is chemistry. That's deep stuff. Grandpap said it was himself.
It's kid stuff, that's what it is.
Oh.
Or to be ashamed of yourself, Abner, a growed-up adult of a man like you wanting to play with a youngin's toy that way.
Well, it ain't no youngin's toy. Grandpap's fixing to take up a new career with that, ain't you, Grandpa?
Bet your life I am.
Yes, sir.
Taking it up right today, too.
Yeah, see there now, Lum?
Well, his new career will have to wait till this evening, I'm feared. Here, let me have that box.
Now, wait a minute now, Lum. You can't throw that away.
Trying to lose that.
Well, that don't belong to you. Grandpap paid 90 cents for that now.
I ain't going to throw it away. I'm just going to set it back here in the feed room.
Feed room?
Yeah, and Grandpap can get it again when he goes home.
Oh.
I'd be embarrassed to death to have this thing sitting around the store here. Children's toys.
Oh. All right. So it looks like we'll have to experiment some other time, Grandpap.
Yeah, looks like it. All right, Jimmy, that Lum can be an ornery varmint when he wants to, can't he?
Well, he don't mean half the things he says. Old Lum's sort of upset about this truck route business and all.
Either that or got up on the wrong side of the bed once.
Might all. He's taking that truck route business awful serious. Just sits around here most of the time, studying how he can save Pine Ridge.
I paid 90 cents for that set.
Well, you get it back, don't worry.
Lum got it cheap.
Yeah, you got a bargain, I believe. And Lum, if he weren't so worried about everything, he never would have acted that way. I know he wouldn't, Grandpap.
I want to get started on my new career.
Yeah, well, you will. How about a good fast game of checkers, Grandpap?
Well, I don't know. Might play you one game, maybe two. Us chemists really ought to be wasting our time this way, though, Abner.
Yeah, well, we're just making
most of us is pretty busy.
Yeah, let's see now. Whereabouts I put that checkerboard? I had it here.
Milford A. Spears, Maine chemist. Sounds pretty good, don't it?
Uh-huh. Yeah, here it is. I hope none of the checkers are missing. One of them Abernathy young'uns got hold of them the other day and has dropped them in the pickle barrel before I catched him.
In the pickle barrel?
Yeah, and the waiter just stood there and laughed. Said, "My, ain't he cute?" Dog it, I was mad. Yeah, which do you want, Grandpap, the red ones or the black ones?
Oh, don't make much difference. Blacks, I reckon.
All right, take your choice. Don't want no complaints.
You ought to go on out there to the Pomeroy place, Abner, and pick up a few things. Different truck and all. Earl's selling out a lot of stuff out there. Cheap, too.
Yeah, I might do it. Don't jiggle the board so much here, Grandpap. Oh, you need to study there.
For instance, he's got part of a telescope out there you could get.
He has.
I mean, a stereoscope.
Oh, one of them things.
Yeah.
And two of the prettiest mustache cups you ever seen.
Yeah.
Whose move is it?
Well, you can be first. Go ahead. Mustache cup. I ain't got no mustache.
No, but I believe it'd be worth it to raise one, Abner. That is, if you can get a good enough bargain in them two cups.
Yeah, could
Prettiest
do.
things you ever seen.
Hmm.
Gold gilt designs on them.
Oh, I love them. I hear, Grandpap, you can't move there.
I don't know why not. Last time we played, you claimed it was all right for you to make that move. So now,
Now, wait a minute. Now, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Now, don't get to fussing. Here comes Lum back from the field. You know he don't like for us to fuss.
Hey, Grandpap.
Yeah, we wasn't fussing, Lum.
Did you actually pay 90 cents for that Junior Misto set?
Why, sure he did.
Of course I did. Well, you got gypped then, I'll tell you that.
Huh?
The water will turn to blue all right, but I'll be dad blamed if I can get it to change to orange again. Granny's, Abner, I believe that's our ring.
I dog is Lum. I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, Jot'em Down Store. This is Lum and Abner.
And now, let's see what's going on down Pine Ridge. Well, what with Grandpappy Spears' newly acquired Misto chemistry set occupying the center of attention, the old fellows haven't moved any closer to a solution of their problem of how to increase business in Pine Ridge and save the truck line. As we look in on the little community today, we find Lum and Abner in their Jot'em Down Store and Library. Abner is looking out of the front window. Listen.
Doggies, I can't understand why Grandpap don't get over here. What time is it anyway, Lum?
I don't know, Abner. My watch ain't even running.
Oh.
We should stop asking me that. We should quit standing there looking out the window and get some work done around the store.
Well, I'll get it all did now.
There's 4 or 5 orders of groceries there that ought to be filled by now.
Uh-huh.
And when you deliver Sister Simpson's order, be sure you collect the sugar stamp from her.
Uh-huh.
You forgot that once last week, you know.
I'll recollect it. Doggies, what's keeping that Grandpap?
For goodness sakes, will you stop worrying about Grandpappy Spears for 2 seconds?
Well, Lum, he's going to bring his Junior Mystic chemistry set over here today, and me and him are going to work out some experiments.
Experiments?
Yes, sir.
Criddle prattle. What do you fellers know about such as that?
There's directions right with the set.
Why you want to waste your time monkeying around with something like that? Fur way yonder beyond me. What you ought to be doing is helping me study up some new business we can start up.
I've been thinking.
If we don't hit on something pretty soon, we're liable to lose that truck line. And if we lose that, I hate to think what'll happen to Pine Ridge.
Well, maybe me and Grandpap will hit on something that'll save Pine Ridge.
Yeah, what for incident?
Well, something. Me and him are going to try and make invisible ink today. And if it works out good, why, we might just put up a big invisible ink factory, right, Chip?
For goodness sake. Now, what good is an invisible ink factory going to be? Tell me that.
Well, it's good for a lot of things.
Name 2 of them.
2, huh? Well, let's see,
Name 1 of them.
Well, it's good for folks that want to write letters to somebody that they ain't got nothing to say. There's a good use for it right there, Lum.
I can see where we do a big business with that.
And here's another use for it. The government could buy it to send secret orders to General MacArthur's and all them other officers. That-a-way, if the letter got lost and some Japanese man picked it up, why, he wouldn't be able to read it. Doggies, I never knowed I was so smart. Sort of scared myself with that idea. I might be a genius and never even noticed.
Yeah, but just a minute. What if the letter didn't get lost and General MacArthur got it? How's he going to read it? It's wrote in invisible ink, ain't it?
Yeah, that's right. And let's see now. Why, sure, I know. They could just write him another letter in regular ink, tell him what they wrote him in the first one. That'd be the thing to do.
Yeah, but what if some Japanese man got a hold of that one, too?
Why, he would, Well, it's more like they tells all that in the direction. I wish that Grandpap would hurry. Maybe I better call him up, Lum.
All right, but don't forget them grocery orders.
I won't. I'll put them up in just a minute. I'll get
There comes Cedric Weehunter up out there.
Oh.
Well, how come he ain't down at Luke's Spears playing the pinball machine? Luke says Cedric is might not wore a hole in the floor where he stands in front of that machine.
Hello? Grandpap? Why ain't you over here at the store? Why, no, Lum don't care. He said we could work our experiments here if we'd stay out in the feed room.
Something tells me that was a mistake, too.
Well, come on over here and I can help you do it.
More likely blow up the whole place.
Well, get that did and hurry on over here. Yeah. Yeah, all right, Grandpap. Goodbye. Yeah, hello, Cedric.
Howdy, Mr. Abner. Howdy, Mr. Lum.
Dad, blame it, Grandpap's already started experimenting. What can we do for you today, Cedric?
Let's see. Oh, yeah, I want a big jar of peanut butter. Biggest one you got in the store.
Peanut butter, huh?
Yes, Mom. I just love and admire that stuff. Boy.
Is this the biggest jar we got here, Lum?
Yeah, but I don't believe Cedric wants that much, though.
That's a pretty big one.
Yes, Mom, I do, too. I eat it up awful fast. I'll just take 5 or 6 peanut butter sandwiches in my lunchbox every night when I go to work over at the defense plant.
Oh, well, if you eat that many, I reckon you better take this size in, Cedric.
Yes, Mom. I need some bread, too, I think.
All right. What kind?
Oh, it don't make no difference, hardly. I ain't very crazy about bread. But I have to have something to hold the peanut butter together with.
Yeah, let's see. There you are, Cedric. Now, that'll be, 10. Bring down 40 cents.
Yes, Mom. Here's $1.
Oh.
Well, I'll see you fellas later. So long.
Well, here, wait a minute, Cedric. You got some change coming.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
You want to take that change in war saving stamps?
No, Mom, I don't believe I do. Wait a minute. I think you ought to take it in stamps, Cedric. You'll never miss the money, and you'll be doing both yourself and the giverman some good. Well, I'm already putting 10% of my money into war bonds every week. Mr. Walt Bates takes it out of our paychecks over there. Well, that's fine, Cedric. I'm proud to see you putting your dollars to work fighting the enemies. But you ought to get your spare coins in there working, too.
Yeah, you ought to do that, Cedric.
Well, I already got 3 or 4 of them books started. Don't think I want no more stamps right now. Well, now, wait, Cedric. Them books you started ain't doing you no good. What you ought to do is get them filled up and turn them in for bonds.
Why, sure.
Then they'll start drawing interest. They're just sitting around there not earning nothing free.
I dog it, that's right, ain't it? You know, I got 2 or 3 of them books started myself and never did finish them up.
Oh, well, I bound you might not everybody in Pine Ridge you did the very same thing.
More likely.
Everybody got big ideas at first and bought a stamp or 2 and then put the books away in some desk drawer and then forgot all about it.
That's just about what happened. Just about, yeah.
Wouldn't surprise me none if we had several thousand half-full books around this community here. Just think how many bonds that'd buy if everybody get them filled up and then turn them in.
Was that our ring, Lum?
Might have been. I never paid no attention. Better see it.
Yeah, I'll get it.
And then if you add up the number, it'd be in all the towns in the whole
Got it
country.
down store and library. Abner Peabody on this end.
It's a good idea.
For the land's sakes, ain't you left home yet, Grandpap?
Benny, I believe I started a campaign to get every stamp book in the country filled up.
You did? Well, good for you, Grandpap.
Make an announcement on the party line.
Yeah, do that and hurry right on over here.
So
We'll start manufacturing it right this afternoon.
Oh, folks in Mina could.
Yeah? All right, Grandpap. Goodbye. Dog is Lum. Old Grandpap's figured out how to make that invisible ink already.
He has?
Yeah. He's going to write down how he made it so he won't forget it, you know, and then he's coming over here to the store and we're going to make up a whole batch of it right today. Dog is, I can't hardly wait till he gets over here.
Well, just try not to ruin everything in the feed room.
Huh?
Better give Cedric 60 cents worth of war saving stamps there.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah.
Well, I still don't think I want any. I don't see how them little bitty things can actually help win no war. Well, I'll tell you how they can help. They can buy bullets and stuff our soldier boys needs to fight with.
Can them little stamps actually do that, Lou?
Of course they can. Just this morning I was reading a list of things in the paper that war stamps can buy. I think the paper's right here somewhere.
Huh?
Yeah, here. Yeah.
Wish that
Sure,
Grandpap would hurry up and come over.
Here we are, right here. Here's the list. 1 10-cent stamp will buy 5 bullets for an Army 45 pistol.
For the land say.
For 8 25-cent stamps, you can get 2 hand grenades. And 30 10-cent stamps will get a pair of jungle fighting boots.
Well, I didn't know.
Does that work sort of like cigar coupons, Mr. Lum?
No, of course not, Cedric.
I know it takes a certain number of cigar coupons to get different stuff.
Yeah.
Well, now, come to think about it, this is sort of like that, Cedric. Only here you're doing business with the giverman instead of a cigar company or the mail order house.
Yeah.
One time I saved up and got a pencil box for 850 coupons.
Yeah.
I had a picture of Black Beauty on the cover of it. I recollect that.
Well, that must have been a pretty fancy one, Cedric.
Oh, it was awful pretty. I never much liked it, though. About all you could do with it was take the pencils out of it and put them back in again. That gets awful tiresome after a while.
Yeah, I reckon it would. I never had looked at it just that way before.
Oh, what's some of them other things they got listed there, Mr. Lum? Well, I believe I'll save up a batch of war stamps and send in for something. Well, wait, you can't send in for this stuff, see? The government sends all that to our soldiers and sailors and marines. Oh, I see. Well, I reckon I'll take 1 stamp then, the 10-center.
Well, you ought to take more than that now, Cedric. You got 60 cents here in change.
Of course he'll take more than that. You want to shorten the war, don't you? Well, I don't know if I do or not. If the war gets over, I'll lose my job at the defense plant.
Why, Cedric, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. Don't you say such things.
The worst one thing I've heard a body say yet.
Me too.
Plumb selfish, that's what it is.
Sure it is.
Being selfish nowadays is awful dangerous, too, and it's unpatriotic, too.
Of course it is, Cedric.
Just think of them fellers over in them other countries fighting right now. Some of them getting wounded, and some of them dying. What would they think if they heard you say something like that? Well, I never thought about it just that way, hardly. Ernest Macmillan's an awful good friend of yours, ain't he? Yes, Mom, about the best friend I got, I reckon. Well, he's overseas there somewhere.
He's in Australia. His mama got it hearing from him just the other day.
All right, he's in Australia. Now, if you know that you could shorten the war by just 5 minutes, and if you know that those 5 minutes you could save would be the 5 minutes in which Ernest would be killed if you didn't buy a couple of stamps, I believe you'd want to buy them, wouldn't you? Yes, Mom, I sure would. Here, Mr. Abner, take this jar of peanut butter and give me the littlest one you got. Or no, don't give me no peanut butter at all. I can do without it. Just give me the whole dollar in stamps.
I don't get good for you, Cedric.
Better get the phone there, Abner.
Oh, yeah, I will. Wait a minute. Here's your stamps, too, Cedric.
Yes, Mom.
Hello, Jot'em down store and library. Abner Peabody doing the talking.
I'll better be going. So long, Mr. Long. Yeah, so long, Cedric.
You done what, Grandpap? I never heard you.
Keep working on them stamp books. Get them filled up. Yes, Mom, I will.
Oh, well, for the land's sake. Well, I reckon that's all you can do now, then. Yeah, all right. Well, let me know when you get it done. Uh-huh. Goodbye. On that Grandpap.
What's he done now?
Why, he's got to figure out all over again now how he made that invisible ink.
I thought he wrote the formula down so he'd be sure not to forget it.
He did. But the crazy idiot, he used the invisible ink to write it with, and now he can't read a single word of it.
Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
I dog his Lum, I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, Jot'em Down Store. This is Lum and Abner.
Let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, much to Lum's annoyance, Abner and Grandpap continue to experiment with the junior misto-chemistry set that Grandpap bought from a family that had joined the current migration from Pine Ridge to Big Fork. While Lum is trying to find a way to stem this tide of the migration, Abner and Grandpap are trying to make invisible ink. And as we look in on the little community today, we find these two old chemists back in the feed room of the Jot'em Down store and library, hard at work. Listen.
Grandpap, now you sure we're supposed to put all this stuff in here?
Well, it's the way I made the invisible ink the other day, Abner.
Tis, huh?
At least way near as I can recollect it is.
Well, I never would have believed that this stuff would make it.
I tried it a couple of times by following the directions that come with my misto chemistry set, but it never worked out no good at all that way.
Never, huh?
No, I figured out this new way myself.
Yeah, well, it's just hard for me to believe that this mess of stuff we got here in that boiler will ever turn out to be invisible ink. I'll say that for you.
Well, don't worry. It will, though. You just wait and see.
Yeah, no, I know. Wait, what do we do now? Just let it sit there?
Oh, no. We got to cook it now.
Cook it?
Why, sure. That's why I told you to light that oil stove of Lum's there.
Oh, I thought you was just cold.
Oh, no, of course not. Come on now. Help me lift the boiler up on the stove here.
Yeah, all right, wait now. Let's get a good hold on it here.
Yeah. It's the cooking that makes it invisible, I think.
Yes, there you are. Reckon that thing will balance there all right?
Oh, I reckon so. We can sort of watch it.
Yeah. So, the cooking part's what makes the ink invisible, huh?
Oh, yeah. The other day when I was making some over at the place, I put a batch of it in a pan and set it on the stove and left it there for a couple or 3 hours. Then when I cracked, I couldn't see none of it in the pan, just plumb invisible.
Well, I do know. Huh.
Yeah. The kitchen was full of smoke, but you couldn't see nothing in the pan. Couldn't see the ink at all.
Well, I wish ours would hurry up and get done. I can't wait to see it.
The funny thing about Charity, she thought the ink had just biled away that way.
She did?
Yeah.
Thought it biled away, huh?
Oh, yeah, she's bound and determined that's what happened.
Well, women folks can be awful ignorant when they put their minds to it.
Well, she can do it without even trying.
She can.
Yeah, she even tried to prove it had biled away by turning the pan upside down. Showed me that nothing spilled out.
Well, wait a minute, though. Did you say you couldn't see nothing spill out when Charity turned the pan over?
Of course not.
Well, don't that sort of prove that it had biled away?
Why, no, silly. The stuff's all invisible.
Huh?
Couldn't have saw it spill out if you'd wanted to.
Oh, sure. That's right. I can't keep that straight. What's the matter with me? I'm mighty as ignorant as you're a woman.
Yes, sometimes, yeah.
Doggies, Grandpap, I just thought of something here, though. If this stuff is all invisible, well, how are we ever going to know how much of it we got in stock?
Why, we just, that is, what'd you say?
Won't it look like we just got a whole batch of empty bottles sitting around on the shelves?
Jiminy, that's right, Abner.
Why, sure.
Never thought about that before.
I don't think we'll ever be able to sell none of it, Grandpap. All the customers will claim they're just getting empty bottles. They'll be just like your woman Charity was. You weren't able to make her believe there was any ink in that pan, you know.
Well, no, of course, Charity's stubborn, though, Abner. Awful stubborn-headed. It's awful hard to pound anything into that woman's head.
Yeah, well, everybody else more likely to be just like her, too. First, we'll get in arguments with their customers, and then we'll fist fight them, and more likely ruin everything in the factory. Doggone, I wish Lum was in partnerships with us on this.
Oh, we don't need him.
Well, I'd love to have his opinion.
Oh, we'll figure this out ourselves.
I hope so.
What we might have to do is put some coloring in the invisible ink so that folks can see it.
Yeah, we could. No, can't do that. Wouldn't be invisible then. Then the folks will get mad at us for selling our defective product.
Jiminy, that's right.
Why, sure, couldn't do that at all.
Where else is them directions that come to the misto set? There must be something easier we can manufacture.
Well, we can't change now, Grandpap. I've done sent Cedric out to collect all the old bottles he can find for us.
Oh, you did, huh?
Yeah, he ought to be back here by this time.
Yeah, looks like we'll just have to go through with it then. Well, we'll try it for a couple of weeks anyway and see how it works out.
Yeah, that's the best thing to do. I sort of wish now I hadn't wrote little Pearl at that nurse's school and told her how I was a big invisible ink man now.
Well, it might work out better than you think, Abner. Better take a stick and stir the stuff there a little.
Huh? Oh, stir it up a little, huh? Oh, it looks like this stuff's starting to boil here a little bit. And here's something else now, Grandpap. We're going to lose money because we'll waste so much of this stuff.
Wasted.
Why, sure. When we're filling the bottles, we won't be able to tell when they're full. More likely make every one of them run over. Have more invisible ink on the floor than we will in the bottles.
Yeah. I was just thinking we might have trouble telling which bottles were filled and ones we hadn't.
Why, sure, if you can't see the stuff, you will.
It'd shame to sell somebody an empty bottle, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah, we'll have to mark them things some way so we tell which is empties and which is a filled ones.
Put a big X on them.
Yeah, better do it. I don't know, though. You start pouring that stuff, you can't see it in the bottle, you can't see it in the pan, you can't see yourself pouring it. You might just stand there and miss the bottle all day and never know it, you know.
Yeah, just fill the store up here.
Why, sure, might be standing knee-deep in it.
Oh, my goodness, don't talk about
might even drown it.
Oh, my goodness, don't say that.
Because I'm going home get little Pearl's water wings and put them things on.
Now, we can wear rubber boots. That ought to help some.
Better put something on, I'll tell you that right now. That stuff's dangerous, Grandpap. I don't know where we ought to fool with it or not.
Gonna waste a lot of it. I can see that already.
Why, sure.
I wish invisible ink wasn't invisible.
Well, I do, too, because I know we're going to waste an awful lot of it trying to pour it in them bottles when you can't see what you're doing.
What we can do about that is make up twice as much as we'll need. We can do that.
Well, yeah, we could, I reckon. Of course, how do we know how much we're going to need, though?
Oh, well, that's easy. It'd be just exactly half of what we make up.
Sure. What's the matter?
It'll work out some way.
So good, I hope so. I sort of wish we hadn't taken up this idea. Wait a minute, that must be Cedric at the back door there now. Come on in, Cedric.
Yes, Mom?
Yeah, howdy, Cedric. Did you get some bottles?
Yes, Mom. I got a whole great big batch of them.
Well,
howdy, Mr. Grandpap.
Yeah, howdy, Cedric.
Well, you might as well bring them on in, I reckon, Cedric.
Yes, Mom. Most of them I got are ketchup bottles. Are them any good?
Ketchup bottles?
Yes, Mom.
Because I don't know,
You tell because there's red on them.
Them things sort of long and skinny for ink, I'm afraid. Dip a pen clean down to the bottom of that thing trying to get some ink on it, and you get ink all over the pen, and you get it on your hands, all over your clothes.
Well, that won't make no difference, Abner. Nobody could see it no ways.
Oh, sure, that's right.
Invisible, don't you
Why,
know?
yeah, that's right.
Abner, it might be a good slogan for us right there. The only ink in the whole world that makes invisible stains.
My doggy, that's a good one. That is a danger.
I studied that up myself.
Bring in the bottle, Cedric.
Just come to
Them
me.
ketchup bottles will work good. Yeah, we take them.
Yes, Mom. You fellas want some stretch berries to chew on? Stretch berries.
Oh,
Found some of them over by Macmillan's place.
well.
Found some sweet gum over there, too. Here, you want some of it?
No, not now, Cedric. Ain't got time. We're busy cooking ink here.
These stretch berries are awful good ones. Bound you I chewed about 1 million of them today.
Well, you can have them that you got there, too, Cedric.
Still chewing on them.
Yeah, well, as long as you like them so well, you just keep them.
Oh, I don't like them very well. Fact is, I hate them.
Hate them?
Yes, Mom, hate and despise the things.
Well, what do you chew so many of them for then, Cedric?
Mom?
If you don't like them, what do you chew them for, Cedric?
Oh, I'll be doggone. I wondered what was making me so unhappy all morning.
For the land's sakes. Well, hurry up and start toting in them bottles, Cedric. Let's get started.
I'm going to get rid of these stretch berries first, though.
Well, get rid of them. Oh, wait a minute. No, Cedric, don't throw them in there. Oh, my goodness, Grandpap, he throwed them right in the ink.
Well, don't just sit there. Get them out of there.
Yeah, let me get a spoon
Gosh,
here.
did I do something wrong?
Well, you ain't helping none. I'll say that for you. Well, for the land's sakes, look here, Grandpap. These berries has melted up in there already.
They have.
Well,
Let me
sure.
see here.
Look at there. Ain't a one of them showing. That must be strong stuff we got mixed up here, you know it?
Well, it's ruined now. Plumb ruined. That's what it is.
Are you sure it's ruined, Grandpap?
Why, sure. Never in the world be able to make ink out of that mess.
Oh, my.
Better throw it out and we'll start all over again.
Well, here, Cedric, you ruined it, so you can just take that board out and back there and empty it out.
Yes, Mom. Well, I never meant to do nothing wrong, Mr. Abner, honest to me.
Well, I know you never, Cedric. You just ought to watch what you're doing. You don't think that's your trouble.
I ain't very smart, am I?
Well, no, you ain't, to be honest, Cedric, doing such a stunt as that. Careful there now. That boiler might be hot, Cedric.
Well, it won't bother me none, I don't think.
Can you lift it all right by
Yes,
yourself?
Mom. That's
Cedric,
hot.
watch out.
Oh.
You're spilling it. Don't do that, Cedric. For the land's sake.
Oh, gosh.
Doggies, now just look what you did.
I know it.
Well, don't just stand there in it, Cedric. Clean it up. Get busy there.
Lenny, what's going on back here anyway?
Oh, hello, Lum.
Sounded like the whole place was falling to pieces.
Well, Cedric ruined the invisible ink by throwing sweet gum and stretch berries in it. Then he spilled it when he was trying to carry it out of here.
For goodness sakes, I knowed I wasn't going to let you fellers monkey around with that silly chemistry set.
It was Cedric's fault.
All right, Cedric, just don't stand there. Get out of that
Yeah,
stuff.
hurry up, Cedric.
I can't seem to get out of it some way or other. It sticks to my feet and follows me around.
Well, wait a minute. I'll get it off for you.
Sure stretches, don't it?
Doggies. Now, I'm stuck in it. Careful, Lum. Don't you get in it too... too late.
Dad, blame it anyways. Why ever let you fellers come back here? Wait a minute.
Huh?
Look at this stuff, Abner. Look how it stretches backwards and forwards.
I know it's plumb ruined. That's right.
Roaring nothing. Do you know what you fellers have did?
Well, now, don't rub it in, Lum. I know we done wrong.
Why, you've discovered a new way to make rubber. That's what you've done.
Rubber?
Yes, sir. I don't know whether you fellers know it or not, but we're in the synthetics rubber business beginning right now. Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
Aye, Doggies, Lum. I believe you're right.
Now, see. Hello, Jot'em Down store. This is Lum and Abner.
No. Let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, it looks as though Lum has hit upon the business enterprise which he thinks will boost Pine Ridge's trade enough to save the bus line. Yesterday, Cedric dropped some stretch berries and sweet gum by accident into the invisible ink that Abner and Grandpappy Spears were trying to make, and the result was something that looked like synthetic rubber. As we look in on the little community today, we find that it is meeting night for the Golden Era Discussion Club, and several of the members have already arrived at Abner's house.
Don't forget, when Ulysses gets here tonight, don't mention a word about us discovering how to make rubber.
Oh, no, I won't say nothing about it.
Well, I won't say nothing either, I don't think.
Of course, I don't see what difference it'd make in front of Ulysses, old Lum.
Well, I'll tell you what difference it makes. In the first place, wait a minute. Is Grandpa Masters asleep, sir?
Oh, yeah, Lormy. He fell asleep before he hardly got sat down good in a chair. He's
Generally
sound
does.
asleep, yeah, I can tell you that.
Yeah, good. I don't want him to find out about this neither.
Oh,
In the first place, this synthetic rubber discovery is worth millions and millions and thousands of dollars.
it is.
Of course it is. So natural, there's liable to be crooks around trying to get the secret of it away from us.
Crooks. Oh, my goodness.
And in the second place, all them Axis countries would like to get their hands on this rubberity. So we're liable to have spies hanging around here, too.
Spies here in Pine Ridge?
Yes, sir.
For the land sake.
Now you can see why we got to get our rubber factory set up and running before we let anybody know about it.
Oh, yeah, we got to do that. Do it right away. Yes, sir.
Well, if we don't do that, somebody's going to steal the idea and claim it's their own, and I don't know what all. We'll be in a mess.
Well, I know we ain't going to let no spies get a hold of it. I can tell you that right now.
Is Mr. Ulysses a spy? No, of course he ain't, Cedric. But if he knows about this, he'll tell somebody else, and that somebody will more than likely tell somebody else, and then pretty soon it'll be all over town.
Oh, it'll spread if folks get a hold of it. They'll tell everybody, write all their relates and everything else.
Well, that's how them spies find out what they want to know. They get it from folks that talk too much.
Yeah, well, we just won't talk. That's a thing for us to do. Oh, wait a minute. That must be Ulysses right now.
Yeah, let him in and recollect what I told you.
Yeah, don't worry about me now.
Well, howdy.
Oh, hello, Grandpap. I thought you was Ulysses.
Yeah, sure sloppy out tonight, ain't it?
Oh, yes, it is awful weather. Sure is. Just go right on in the parlor. Here, I'll take your coat for you.
Yeah, all right. Well, evening, Lum. Cedric.
Oh, howdy, Mr. Grandpap.
Just find yourself a chair there, Grandpap. Make yourself comfortable.
I thank you, Abner.
Say, Lum, I was just thinking how we could make that synthetics rubber good and strong. We could melt up some iron and put that...
Grandpap, well, we ain't gonna talk about that tonight.
Huh?
Lum says we ain't supposed to talk about that synthetics rubber in front of Ulysses.
That's right, Grandpap. We can't take a chance on somebody finding out our secret. Valuable as it is now.
Yeah, Lum says there's liable to be spies around here in town if they find out about it.
Well, sir, I never thought about that.
Yeah, sure. We gotta be careful with this stuff. It's dangerous stuff to handle.
Now, if the subject comes up any time at the meeting tonight, I want all you fellas to change the subject right quick.
Yeah, that's what we can do. Just change the subject. Talk about something else.
Yeah, even if just the word rubber's mentioned, get on some other subject right away.
Yeah.
Because he might suspicion what's going on and catching on to what we're doing.
You reckon he would, sure enough?
Well, he's awful brainy, that Ulysses. He figures things out awful fast.
Oh, he's brainy, all right. I'll say that for him. He sure is.
Fact is, he might even know something about it already.
Ulysses might know about it?
Could be.
Well, who told him?
I don't know. We can't take no chances.
Oh.
Don't give him no more information, whatever you do.
Oh, don't worry now. We won't. We'll all just stay off on the subject. Let's see now. If it does come up, what's something good to change the subject to? We better figure that out before he gets here.
Yeah, now let's see. What could we talk about?
Something now.
The weather. No, that ain't no good. How about circuses?
Circus?
There's always a good subject to talk about.
Oh, yeah, circuses. Yeah, that's a good one.
Now, wait, don't talk about silly stuff. That'll just make him all the more suspicious. Just change it to casual conversations like, how are you, and what'd you do today, and all such as that.
Oh, just talk about such things as that. I believe the circus has to be more interesting.
Get on the subject and stay on. Wait a minute. That's more likely him now.
Oh, yeah.
Don't forget now. Don't anybody mention rubber, whatever you do.
No.
Find out now.
Well, evening, Ulysses. Come on in. Just waiting for you.
Okay.
Evening, Ulysses. How's little Ellery?
Okay, Lum. Smart as a whip.
Howdy, Mr. Ulysses.
Okay, Cedric. Well, it's awful sloppy out tonight, ain't it?
Yeah. January thaw coming late, I reckon.
Yeah.
Here, sit over here, Ulysses.
Yes, okay, Grandpap. Yes, sir, it sure is sloppy. You know, that slush come clean up over my rubbers on the way over here.
Did you say rubbers, Mr. Ulysses?
How are you, Grandpap?
I'm fine. How are you, Abner?
Oh, just fine. How are you, Cedric?
Oh, I'm fine. How are you?
Yes, fine. How's your Uncle Dave?
He's fine. How are you?
Oh, I'm fine. How are you?
All right, Abner. All right. That's enough. You got the, you know what, changed all right, I reckon.
Oh, that done it good, too, didn't I? Quit thinking, Abner, old boy.
Just hush up now. Well, now that we know how everybody is, I reckon we can get the meeting started.
Yeah.
So if you're all ready, I'll begin.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Me too.
Okay, here.
Yeah, go ahead, Lum. The 9th meeting of the Pine Ridge Golden Era Discussion Club will now come to order. All the members present or accounted for, please signify by the usual same sign.
Hey.
Okay.
Shake Grandpa Masters there, Abner. He always gets to snoring just when we start the meeting.
Yeah, I'll shake him. Here, Grandpa. Yeah.
That's better.
Oh, as he breaks up every meeting we have, that snoring of his. Reckon we could hold his mouth shut if we put a big rubber band around it.
Rubber band? Oh, what you said, Mr. Abner.
How are you, Grandpa?
I'm fine. How are you?
Yes, fine. How are you, Cedric?
I'm fine. Uncle Dave's fine, too.
Fine. How are you, Lum?
Abner, that's enough. Besides, you've used that one.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Well, what'd you do today, Cedric?
Oh, let's see. I went over and had my tires inspected.
Well, your tires, huh?
Yes, Mom. The inspector said my tires didn't hardly have no rubber on them at all.
Cedric.
Oh, doggone it anyways. How are you, Mr. Abner?
I'm fine. How's your Uncle Dave?
For goodness sakes, Abner, get on something else.
Grandpap, how do you like circuses?
Oh, I love circuses, Abner. Always did love them.
Well...
How do you like them?
Oh, Lord, me, I like them just fine. Little Pearl always likes them, too. Rather go to a circus than anything in the world. Sit there and just laugh herself to death, might not. How do you like circuses, Cedric?
Oh, they're my favorites, I think.
Well.
I love and admire that pink lemonade.
Yeah.
And I always like to buy them rubber balloons. Oh, shucks. How are you, Mr. Abner?
I'm fine, Cedric. How are you,
Abner,
Grandpap?
don't get on that again. Talk about the animals or something.
You like the animals at circuses, Grandpap?
Oh, yeah. Special them trained seals.
The seals, huh?
Oh, yeah. I believe they can train them things to do might nigh anything a human can do.
Well.
You ever saw them Ulysses?
No, I don't believe I ever have, Grandpa.
Oh, you ought to see them. They stand up on their tails and clap their hands, or their front feet, or fins, or whatever it is a seal has.
Well, sir, if you ever saw my young'un, little Ellery, clap his hands and say patty cake, tell you that's the cutest thing you ever saw. Well, Ellery can't stand on his tail, though. Cedric, watch yourself.
Dog, I've seen some seals in a circus. They had a bunch of them there, and they set them up on boxes, and they played catch with a big red and white rubber ball. Throwed it back.
Oh, you done it this time, Mr. Abner.
Dad, blame me. How are you, Grandpa?
Just fine, Abner. Change it to freaks, Abner.
You seen any good freaks in the circus lately, Grandpa?
Oh, yeah, seen some dandies.
Well,
You recollect old Gaylor Ackworth, don't you?
who?
Gaylor Ackworth.
Gaylor
Used to be a freak with some circus.
Well.
He's a fourth cousin of Gesmer Butte.
Uh-huh.
He visited with Gesmer here a couple of weeks, a long time ago.
Well, sir, I don't believe I recollect him, Grandpa.
Oh, of course you do. He moved to East Liverpool, Ohio, and from there he joined up with the circus.
Well.
You must have heard Gesmer bragging on him. Always telling how his cousin Gaylor worked up from waterboy to be a freak.
No, I don't believe I ever heard that. Don't believe I did, Grandpa.
Wait a minute, fellas. I believe we better get on with the meeting. I think everything's under control now. Let's see, whereabouts was we at?
We just got done signifying by the usual same sign, Lord.
Yes, sir. Worked up from waterboy to be a freak. First Gaylor tried being a sword swallower, but he's too ticklish for that. Just couldn't stand it.
Grandpap Lum says we can stop now.
Oh, all right. Then Gaylor tried his hand at being the shortest giant in the world, but he's too tall. Finally wound up as an India rubber man.
Oh, my Grandpa.
Oh, how are you, Mr. Abner?
I'm fine, Cedric.
How's your Uncle Dave?
That's your uncle, Cedric.
Oh, yeah, Uncle Dave's fine. How's your uncle, Mr. Abner?
Oh, he's just fine. How's your
All
uncle?
right, Abner, that's enough. Besides, I think that was your ring. Leastways, I hope it was. Better answer it.
Yeah, I'll get it. Never paid no attention to it.
This is the most fun we've had in any of the meetings.
Hello, Abner Peabody's resident speaking.
First time I've known how everybody is.
Mom? Oh, sure. Just a minute. It's for you, Ulysses. I believe it's your woman.
Oh, okay, Abner. Listen, Abner, I think from now on we can just forget that idea, Cheney. Hello? Hal, what is it, Terry? Oh, you must just imagine that. Yes, you did. Oh, well, okay, I'll come home then. Okay. Yeah, okay. Okay, Carrie, I'll leave right now. Yeah, goodbye. What's the trouble, Ulysses? No, that woman of mine, Lum, she imagines that somebody's prowling around the house. Even claims she saw somebody a-rubbering in the window over there. Rubbering? Oh, how are you, Mr. Evans?
I'm fine. How are you, Grandpa?
Yes, fine.
How's your Uncle Dave, Cedric?
Granny's Abner, I believe that's our ring.
I'm busy reading, Lum. Go ahead.
Well, it was our ring, all right.
Go ahead.
Oh,
He's no Snuffy Smith. He's a hillbilly. The first one I ever seen.
What is a hillbilly?
Him? Look here, Lum. I can show you. Ain't that the country feller?
That's what I've always wanted to know. What is a hillbilly?
Well, I ain't never seen one myself, but I figured that he might be one.
He's country, all right.
Oh,
I forgot to answer. Hello, Jot'em down store. This is Lum and Abner.
Let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, So far, Lum and Abner and Grandpappy Spears have managed to safeguard the secret of their discovery of a new process of making synthetic rubber. And now they're ready to form a company and get into production with the product that they hope will save Pine Ridge. As we're looking on the little community today, we find the old fellows in their Jot'em down store and library. Lum is back in the feed room, and Grandpap is just entering.
Oh, well, morning, Grandpap. Come on in.
Morning, Abner. What's the idea of getting the fella out of bed this early for?
Oh, it was Lum's idea. He wanted us to come over the store there this morning so we could get organized.
Get organized?
Yeah. Lum, come on out here, Lum. Grandpap's here.
I'll be there in a minute.
Yeah, he'll be right here, Grandpap.
Whereabouts is he at? Back in the feed room?
Yeah, he's measuring everything back there to see how many boilers we can put in the room and how much rubber we can make and all that.
Oh, why don't we just make the rubber and forget all this prittle-prattle?
Well, you know, Lum, he always likes to do everything fancy. Says we got to get the company organized first and all that. He thinks he's a executor. Mind out. Here he comes.
Well, morning, Grandpap. Proud to see you. Morning, Lum.
Hey, we're all ready to get organized up now, Lum.
Well, good. We won't waste no time, neither.
No.
Because this is something we got to get started right away.
Well, let's go, yeah.
Yeah, if we can turn out enough rubber to keep that truck line busy, a hauling twixt here in the county seat up out into the state ain't going to take it away from Pine Ridge and make it run past Big Fork. I can tell you that right now.
Well, let's get to turn it out then. That's what we want.
That's what I say. Let me get out there in that feed room and I'll mix up more rubber and you can shake a stick at it.
Yeah, I'll help you too, Grandpap. What size sticks do we use for that?
Well, now, wait a minute. There's a couple of things we got to take care of first. That's why I called you together this morning.
Election officers and stuff like that, huh?
That's right.
Yeah.
And we have to decide who owns how much of the company and draw up a set of rules and all that.
Well, we never will get to making a rubber, Lum. We have to do all that.
Yes, we will. None of this will take long.
Well, let's hurry.
As soon as we elect officers, I can take care of most all of the rest of it. First, we'll decide who owns what. My suggestion on that is that we each take a half interest.
Uh-huh.
You fellas each get a half interest because you was the ones that was mixing up that stuff you thought was invisible ink.
Yeah.
And Cedric gets a half interest because he put the stretch berries and the sweet gum in it. And that's what made it come out rubber.
Oh, is Cedric in on this, too?
Why, sure.
Oh.
And I get a half interest because I'm furnishing the brains and all my executive experience. Getting it in order.
Well, more to call in and get him more too long.
No, I'll keep it in the morning. Been working the business plan.
Yeah.
Besides, I think he'll be for anything us fellas decide.
Oh, well, sure, I know he will. He's always for anything you say to him. He don't sit around and study about things very much. Cedric don't.
No, he's more the active type of boy, I reckon.
Yeah.
Well, now that we got the ownerships all settled, wait a minute. Did I figure that wrong?
Huh?
That makes 4 half interest on it.
Yeah.
Granted, you can't have but 2 halves or something.
Huh?
We got 2 extra half interests in there somehow or other.
Well, I do know. How do we get them? Ain't even been business yet, and here we are mixed up already.
I know what we can do, Lum. We can just do twice as much business as we figured on doing. That'll take care of them other 2 half interests.
Huh?
Wait a minute. Do twice as much... Yeah, that sounds illogical, sure. That's all right, Grandpap. Good for you.
Doggies, Grandpap, I never knowed you had such a head per figure.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can figure backwards and forwards with one hand tied behind my back. Nothing to it.
I wished I could do that. I'd love to be a genius of some kind.
Yeah.
Even if I was an ignorant one, I'd be satisfied.
Well, now that we got that settled, the next thing to do is to have the election of officers.
Yeah.
My suggestion on that is to do it by secret ballot.
Oh, yeah, I love secret ballots. Yeah.
I got some little slips of paper here already tore up here, so if you'll each take one, there we'll vote right now.
Yeah, give them here. Here, Grandpap, there's one for you.
Yeah.
You got a pencil?
Yeah, I got a little stub here. Have to chew the end off of it a little bit to get down to the lead.
Doggies, we ought to get one of them fancy pencil sharpeners like they got over the schoolhouse long now we got a big company. What are we voting for now, president or what?
Yeah, just write down there who you want for president of the company, and then then the president will appoint the other officers.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, let's see, here's mine. A, B, Grandpap, don't look at what I'm writing. It's supposed to be a secret ballot.
I ain't looking. I'm just watching you loll your tongue out while you're writing there.
Oh.
Sometime you're going to bite that thing off.
I won't do no such a thing.
All right, Abner, you collect the ballots and I'll read them off and I'll write down the results.
Yeah.
Here's mine.
All right.
You go ahead and read them.
Well, all right. Give me your ballot there, Grandpap. I'll read them. You ready, Lum?
Yeah, go ahead.
1 vote for Abner Peabody.
Yeah?
1 vote for Milford A. Spears. Doggies, Grandpap, you can't hardly write your own name so's about it and read it.
Yeah, it's just on account of this pencil. It don't write worth a shucks.
1 vote for L. Etters. Well,
There's fear to this. Happens every time we have an election of any kind.
come out a tie again, didn't it?
Yeah, sure will. If you fellers had stopped being so selfish and always voting for yourselves, we might get someplace. Looks like you'd get over that someday.
Well, what do we do now? Just take another vote?
No, that won't do no good. Just keep coming out a tie.
Yeah, I believe it will, too.
I reckon we better call up Cedric after all. He can vote over the phone.
Is that legal, voting over the phone?
Yeah, that's called voting by peroxide. All the big corporations does it, I think. Bring him up, Abner.
Yeah, I'll get him. Seems sort of a shame to get him out of bed, though.
Yeah, it does, but we got to get this rubber corporation started right away, and the sooner the quicker, too. Well, why don't I get back and get started mixing up that stuff instead of going through all this rigging?
Hello?
No, we got to...
Is this the wee Hunts's place?
We got plenty of time for that.
Well, would you mind waking Cedric up and having him come to the phone, please? Yes, Mom, it is important. All right, I'll hold it.
She going to get him up?
Yeah. Reckon who Cedric will vote for.
Well, if he's got any sense, I know who he'll vote for. If he recollects what I told him, yes, sir. I mean, if you...
Hello? Is that you, Cedric? This is Abner. I'm sorry I woke you up. Oh, Cedric had to get up to answer the phone anyway. Well, listen, Cedric, we're having an election of officers, and we want you in on it. Yeah, who would you vote for president? Huh? Well, I don't know about him, Cedric.
Who'd he vote for?
Grover Cleveland, he says.
Grover Cleveland?
That's what he says.
For goodness sakes, tell him he's got to vote for somebody besides that.
Cedric, you got to vote for somebody else, Lum says. Who? Well, just a minute. He says he still wants Grover Cleveland. Says his papa read him a book about Grover Cleveland the other day, and that's his hero now, he says.
Well, do goodness. That boy gets some of the cutest ideas of every one human I ever knowed. Tell him he's got to vote for one of us. Like, say, me, for instance.
Hello? Lum says you got to vote for one of us, Cedric. Like, say, me, for instance.
Not you, me.
Huh? Oh. Well, just a minute. Says if he can't vote for Grover Cleveland, he don't want to vote for nobody.
All right, Granny, it's better hang up then, Abner. I can see he ain't going to be no help to us. Tell him to go back to bed.
Yeah. Hello, Cedric. Lum says you can go back to bed now. Yeah, you voted good, I reckon. All right. Get some sleep. Good night. Good morning. Or goodbye. You see him sleeping in the daytime, I can't...
Everybody take another piece of paper. We have to vote over again. That's all I can see to do.
Yeah. All right. Mom, who is this Cleveland feller? Is he somebody Ulysses S. Quincy's hard to paint his barn?
No, he was president of the United States, Abner.
He was? Well, I thought that name sounded awful familiar.
I know who he was. I read about him in the almanac.
He did?
Grover Stephen Cleveland, born in Caldwell, New Jersey.
Well.
Later taking up law work. And then he got to be sheriff, and then he got to be mayor of Buffalo, and then governor of New York State, and finally worked himself up to be president of the United States.
Doggers, he sure made a success of himself, didn't he?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, good man, Grover was. Awful good man. Yes, sir, yes, sir.
Well, sir, I believe Cedric's got himself a good hero there.
All right, let's simmer down on the talking and get this voting done.
Now, is this going to be a secret ballot again?
Yeah, now this time let's not have everybody voting for themselves.
No.
Try to figure out who'd actually make us the best president and vote for him.
Uh-huh.
Do a little studying this time before you make up your mind.
Well, I believe my mind's made up. I know who I'm going to vote for now.
Oh, yeah, me too. Well, now, wait, before you write anything down, just run through our past records. Take Abner, for instance. Has he ever been president of anything?
I've been vice president of lots of stuff.
But never a president?
No.
Takes a feller with a certain kind of talents for a job like this.
Does, huh?
Well, now you take Grandpap. He ain't done much presidenting neither. Besides that, he's going to have about all he can do mixing up the synthetic rubber every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ought to be back there doing that right now. And then you take me. I reckon you fellers knows my record good enough. Just keep this in mind while you're voting. What we need is a feller that's had lots of experience and has held lots of offices.
A lot of experience, huh?
Yeah. All right, now, does that help you make up your mind?
Yeah, I know exactly who we want now.
Well, good. Now, as soon as you get it wrote down, give me the slips and I'll count them this time. We don't want to have no mistakes on this.
Yeah, I'm writing mine right now. Yeah. Yeah, there you are. There's mine. Hurry up, Grandpap.
Yeah, just a second. This pencil ain't worth a shucks for writing. There you are, all done.
Yeah, here, Lum. Take them, count them up fast. Doggy, this is sort of exciting, ain't it?
Yes, dear, I'll have to admit it. Oh, there's something about election gets a feller on edge, waiting for the election turn.
Yeah, you got it yet, Lum?
No, not yet.
Now, hurry up, Lum.
One vote for L. Edwards. One vote for...
Doggy, I can't hardly wait. Who'd you put down, Grandpap? No, you can't tell me. This is a secret ballot. Yeah, that's right.
Well, if that don't beat the bugs of fighting.
Huh?
Do you know who's president of our synthetics rubber company?
No, who?
Grover Cleveland. Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
Doggy's Lum, I believe you're right.
Now, see. Hello, Jot'em Down store. This is Lum and Abner.
And now, let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, with the election of officers completed, the Pine Ridge Synthetic Rubber Corporation is beginning to shape up now. However, the election left the officers all pretty exhausted, and it took a good many ballots before Lum was able to nose out Cedric's choice, Grover Cleveland, for the presidency of the company. As we look into the little community today, we find Lum in the Jot'em Down store and library, busy with a hammer and nails. Abner is just entering.
That was the biggest one batch of delivers I've toted around. For the land's sakes, what are you building there, Lum?
Oh, hello, Abner.
What's that thing you putting up there? Is that a big rabbit pen?
No, it's a private office for the president of the Pine Ridge Synthetics Rubber Corporation.
Well, dogged, I hope old Grover Cleveland will like it all right.
Grover Cleveland ain't president of our company, Abner.
Huh?
If you recollect, we kept voting yesterday and all last evening until we finally elected me.
Elected you?
Yes, sir.
Dogged, I was so sleepy by that time I never did know exactly how that voting come out.
Yeah, there. She's all done. How does it look, Abner?
All done?
Yeah.
Is that as high as the partition's gonna be?
Until I get some more wood, it is.
Huh.
The lumber company sent all they had up to that army camp to build barracks and stuff.
Well, that don't look much like a private office to me, Lum. I can stand on my tiptoes and see right over the top of it.
Well, you ain't supposed to be standing around on your tiptoes.
Cedric could stand flat-footed and look right down into your office.
Not if he stooped a little, he couldn't.
No.
Besides, I'll be sitting down most of the time, so nobody be able to see me. Much, I don't think.
Well, are you just going to sit around that office while me and Cedric and Grandpap do all the work?
Listen, Abner, I'll do more work sitting here than all you three fellers put together. I'm the one who's got to direct everything.
Direct it?
Have to give the orders and stamp rubber stamps on stuff and check up on different articles and all. Call up Washington on the long-distance telephone. I don't know what all.
But now, who's actually going to mix up the rubber and cook it, Lum?
Don't worry, I got that all under control. That department's being handled by the vice president in charge of mixing and cooking.
Now, wait a minute. Have you brung some stranger in here?
No, that's Grandpap.
Oh, thought you might have brung in that feller Frank Grimes you was talking about yesterday.
Frank Grimes ain't in the company.
Well, that's what I say. I thought you'd hired him, though.
No, him and me's going fishing tonight.
Oh, I heard you talking about him. That's all I know.
Fishing some of his relays here.
Ah.
Come for Thanksgiving dinner and come on an A-card and ain't got gasoline enough to get home.
Well, I do know.
Lives in Urbana, Ohio.
Yeah, but Grandpap is the vice president in charge of cooking and mixing, huh?
Yeah, I reckon I forgot to tell you that I've done pinted the officers for the company already.
You have?
Yeah, that's what Grandpap is. Vice president in charge of mixing and cooking.
Well.
And he's also vice president in charge of secret way of making the rubber.
You mean Grandpap gets to be two vice presidents all by himself?
Yeah, and Cedric's vice president in charge of stretch berries and sweet gum. His job's to go out and gather them things up for us.
Well, how come they got all the good offices?
Well, wait till I hear what I pinted you.
Huh?
You're vice president in charge of vice presidents.
I am?
Yes, sir. Besides that, I've appointed you head office manager.
Head office manager? Well, good for me. Doggies, there's something I've always wanted to be. Hooray for me.
I figured you'd like it.
Yes, sir. Now, exactly what does a head office manager do, Long?
Well, his main job's announcing folks that comes into my private office.
Doing what? Announcing them?
Yeah. See, I'll be so busy now that I just want to let the importance people in to see me.
Oh.
So you ask them their names and if they got an appointment with me and all that.
Well, what
Of course, if they're a wave or a whack or something like that, show them in anyway.
Well, what if I already know their names, though? Somebody here in town.
Well, ask them anyways. Makes a good impression. Then you come in and tell me who's out there, and then I look at different papers, and then I tell you to go out and tell them they'll have to wait about 20 minutes before they can see me.
Well, what's the idea of that?
Well, to be right honest, Abner, I don't know exactly myself, but all big executives does that, I know. Make them wait.
Well, I reckon we better do it, too, then, big company like us. Now, what else do I do?
Well, you have to sweep my office out, of course. And, yes, I might put you in charge of inter-office communications.
Inter-office communications? What in the world's that?
Well, I don't want fellers in different departments hollering backwards and forwards to one another. So if they got something to say, I want them to write it down on a piece of paper and hand it to the other feller.
So, Lum, I believe it'd just be a heap easier to just holler it out.
Yeah, but there might be spies around, Abner.
Spies?
Yeah, and I don't want to take no chances on them overhearing something important. A secret formula or something.
Oh, sure, that's different, yeah.
Tell you what, let's do. Let's practice up a little bit.
Practice?
Yeah, I'll go in here and sit at my desk, and you make out like somebody important has come here to see me.
Yeah, that ought to be fun. Let's see now, somebody important. How about Grover Cleveland? No, that's right, he ain't in the company. No.
I'll tell you, make it Mr. Rockefeller.
Rockefeller?
Yeah, play like he wants to buy half interest in our rubber corporation.
Oh, yeah, he'll be a gooder. You ready?
Yeah.
Well, howdy do, Mr. Rockefeller. How's your woman and all your young'uns, Mr. Rockefeller?
Hey, Mr. Lum.
Well, howdy, Cedric. I never knowed you was back there in the feed room.
Yes, Mom, I've been helping Grandpap try to get that new stove to working.
New stove? We got a new stove back there?
No, Mom, it ain't new. That's the trouble. It's an old broke-down stove I brung over from Papa's blacksmith shop.
Oh.
It was a mistake, too. Say, Mr. Lum,
Grandpap... Wait a minute, Cedric. You ain't supposed to look over the top of that partition that way.
Mom?
No.
I'm in my private office, Cedric. Don't stand there staring at me. Go around to the front of it and ask Abner if he can see me. Well, I can see you from here, right here.
Yeah, but you ain't supposed to, Cedric. Come on now, stand over here and I'll take care of you. See, I'm the head office manager now.
Yes, Mom, but Mr. Grandpap told me...
Just a minute now, Cedric. Right over here. That's it. Now, I'll go in and see Lum. Lum, you want him to be Mr. Rockefeller?
No, he can be himself, Abner. See, he's a vice president. That's important enough.
Oh, here. Cedric, what's your name?
Mom?
I said, what's your name?
Oh, well, you know what my name is, Mr. Abner.
You're supposed to tell me anyway. Them's new rules.
Cedric Wehunt.
Yeah.
Vice President, charge of stretch berries and sweet gum, I think.
Have you got an appointment?
Mom?
No, I reckon you haven't.
Oh, Mr. Grandpap told me to be...
Wait right here now. Just be quiet. I'll be right back, Cedric.
Yes, Mom, but Mr. Abner...
Just a minute now, Cedric. Oh, they cut down the old pine tree, and they hold it
Don't
away.
sing that, Abner. We should get that pine tree cut down.
Oh,
It
well,
ain't big enough for to go around singing.
all right. Cedric's here to see you, Lum.
Well, call me Mr. President.
Oh, well, the vice president in charge of stretch birds is here to see you, Mr. President.
Oh, well, just a minute. Let me look at my calendar here.
Calendar? Doggy, don't you even know what day it is?
Well, this is a different kind of a calendar. Sort of a notebook where I write down if I got any other pint men.
Well, why don't you just call it a notebook? That thing don't look like a calendar. I can tell you that right now.
Well, that's what us executives call them. Cedric, stop looking over the top of that partition.
Yes, Mom.
Is it time for me to tell him to wait 20 minutes yet?
No, I don't want any of our own employees to wait that much time. Send him right in.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, come in, Cedric.
No, step outside and tell him.
Oh, just a minute, Cedric. Don't come in yet. Stay right there. Now, I'll go out and tell him. All right. Now, go right on in, Vice President.
Yes, Mom.
Well, how do you do, sir? What can I do for you, young man?
Well, Mr. Grandpap told me...
Better have a chair there, mister.
Yes, Mom.
Have a cigar.
No, Mom, I don't smoke.
Well, I ain't got here none, no way. Abner, don't look over the wall.
I ain't looking.
Now then, Mr. Weehunt, I believe you mentioned something about Grandpap.
Yes, Mom.
I presume you're referring to Mr. Spears, our vice president in charge of mixing and cooking.
Yes, Mom.
Well, if he's got something to say to me, you'll have to get an inner office communication from him.
Mom.
Just step outside and have our head office manager explain the whole thing to you.
Yes, Mom, but listen, Mr. Lum.
Cedric, I'll tell you what it is. I'll handle all that stuff now.
Yes, Mom, well, all right, but I think I ought
Come
to
on
tell
out
you.
here now. Just come on out here, Cedric. I'll tell you about it. Now, here's the idea. You go and tell Grandpap to write down on a piece of paper what he wants to tell Lum. And you bring it back here to me. That's called inner office communications. That's what that is.
Yes, Mom, but Mr.
Now, go
Abner...
on, Cedric. Do like I told you. This is a new rule to keep spies and find out our secret formula. Hurry up now.
Well, Mr. Grandpap's awful busy right now. I don't know if he'll have time to write it down or not.
Well, you tell him to take time and hurry up. Now, me and Lum are running this on a strict business basis from now on. Hurry up now,
Yes,
Cedric.
Mom, I will. I'll hurry. Them new rules sound awful silly to me.
Get mind out now what you say now, Cedric. All right, doggies, Lum, I done pretty good, didn't I?
Well, yeah, you're catching on to it all right, I believe, Abner. You more than likely make a right good office manager as soon as you get a little more experience.
Oh, I'm a natural born one, I believe.
You can see now why I wanted to start this new system, can't you?
Oh, yeah.
Makes everything run smooth. No mix-ups, no misunderstandings. Everybody knows exactly what he's doing.
Yeah, well, I'll add, I weren't for it when you first brung it up, and now I can see it's a dandy. Yes, sir, a dandy.
Well, it's the only way there is to run a big business, I can tell you that. Wait a minute, there comes Cedric back. I better sit down or he'll start talking over the petition to me.
Yeah, I'll handle him. Did you get the communication, Cedric?
Yes, Mom. Well, Mr. Grandpap wrote it down. Now, what do I do with it now?
Well, here, I reckon you better give it to me now. See, I'm in charge of all that stuff. Now, you wait right here just in case there might be an answer to this.
Yes, Mom.
Oh, they cut down the old pine... Oh, excuse me, that ain't big enough pine. Mr. President, the Vice President just brung in a communication.
Well, good. File it away and I'll check into it tomorrow.
Well, ain't you going to read it?
Oh, well, I reckon we can. Might be good practice.
Sure.
You go ahead and read it to me.
Yeah, let's see. Can I read Grandpap's right now? Inner office communication to President Edwards from the Vice President in charge of mixing and cooking.
Sounds good. He's catching right on.
I wish to state that me and Cedric just set the feed room on fire. Help. Signed, Milford A. Spears.
Huh?
Oh, my goodness, Lum, the feed room's on fire.